Alrighty, what is up everybody? So, these are the missions you have to do to get MASH coins. They're repeatable, and they're actually kind of decent content, but you have to use MASH for them, so... this one, it's like you gotta do 1,000,000 damage with MASH, you gotta kill her when MASH has no curse on her, you have to have her do her NP to MASH when you have taunt up and live, and then I think there's like... winning in 9 turns. You don't have to do all of them at the same time, though, but, let's see. So I'm assuming you have to kill somebody to get rid of the invulnerability here. So let's see. She needs to hit MASH, and then you need MASH to not die. So we can do that right off the rip here. I'm gonna whiff the battery, though. Let's see, I could survive this without... Okay, so I'm gonna just talk about the new MASH real quick, because on the one hand, she is really good, right? And she's a free-to-play 50% battery unit, right? You give someone else 50% battery, that's great. But after you beat the story, I would say for free-to-play people, she gets worse. In the story, her NP is always the defense for the team and all that. And her second skill is always the battery and the team-wide invulnerability, right? But when you beat the story, every time you NP, it changes her NP into an offensive one, right? Does damage, and it changes her second skill into damage up and NP up for herself. Which sometimes is good because it does pretty good damage, it removes buffs, she does bonus damage to extra classes because of her passive and everything, right? So yeah, mash you, smash you, but it's kind of bad. Like if you're fighting a hard boss, like if you're fighting Fluffy, and you're like, oh god, I need to live, but I need to cast my NP because I need the defense. But it's like, well, now my second skill doesn't defend me anymore, right? Not really a fan of that. Like I actually think it's like really obnoxious. I wish they just let you pick, right? Like when you click the second skill, you should be able to just pick which effect you do. And if you do the offensive effect, that should turn your NP into the other NP for 3 turns, right? I really don't like the way they did it because it's this really weird, needless drawback. Can you just change back to old MASH? Yeah, you can. But the thing is, old MASH doesn't have a team-wide invulnerability, right? Like this second skill of hers gives everyone in the team invulnerability, and it gives one target super invulnerability. And it gives everyone battery, right? It's her best. This is her best skill for free to play. Now, not necessarily for like, you know, pay to win nonsense or just like really, you know, late game teams or whatever. But, yeah, it really is lame that every time you NP, it's like, well, there goes my second skill. Can't use it. And like, so, oh, just use your second skill before you NP. But that's probably not the turn you need it on, right? Like right now, I don't really need it, right? But if I NP, then it's gone. Let's see, what can I do to survive this Piercing Vulnerability, though, without doing my second skill? I mean, I could first skill, and I could NP, which will then get rid of my second skill, at which point I might as well have just cast it in the first place. But then I whiff the battery. That's what I'm saying. I cannot, because of the way her toolkit is, I physically cannot get full value, right? Because if I cast the second skill now, one, I don't really need the invulnerability that much, even though I'm getting NP'd. And then I'm whiffing the battery. And so if I save it until after I NP so I don't whiff the battery, then my NP's changed and I whiff the battery anyway. So it's just like, no matter what I do, there's no getting around that. Can I kill her in 1 turn? If I have no curse on me, let's say I could NP Art Buster. I might be able to do that. Okay, let's find out. You know what, get crit up. You know what, fuck battery. We don't even need it. We just kill shit now. I'm whiffing so much battery right now, though. But you know, fuck it. Just crit forehead. Now, I could do that attack up, but that might be going a little too far. You know, if she doesn't crit, that was a lot of wasted buffs. What else can we talk about, chat? Galahad was a good guy this entire time, and never did anything, and we didn't kill. Okay, well, that sucks. But yeah, Galahad was a good guy the entire time, which I called it. It's literally exactly what I said, though. Like, you know, I've been saying for years that people were just jumping the gun. And oh, look, they were jumping the gun. You get the big gun now? True. Also, people think Galahad's gonna be playable, and I hope so, but I'm not convinced. Because his animations aren't that great, and like his extra doesn't look like an extra attack at all. Because like, it's just one hit. It's just, he jumps in the air and does one big slam. That is just not how extra attacks are. So, and Wadim has like animations equivalent to Galahad's. So I hope Galahad's playable, and it's possible his animations just aren't finished, and right, they'll like change them later. But yeah, I don't know. I hope he's playable. Like, I really do hope he's playable, but I'm not convinced that he is. But it's not like for sure he's not playable, because he does have there's just several things that I think people are overlooking. Like, I've seen so many people that are just so sure that he's playable, but I'm just not. So one, his extra attack, right? His extra attack does not look right. That just doesn't make sense. And then his NP doesn't work at all for like an actual NP, because like the background of his NP is like tied to the stage, like the boss stage you're on, right? Like the design of the NP like fundamentally doesn't work like generically. So yeah, Kadok died. They say in the story though, if you succeed, everything's gonna reset back to 2016, which I also have been saying is probably what they were gonna do for years. So if we win, he comes back, but I'm guessing everyone will forget everything. But yeah, Kadok dies. He summons Anastasia before he dies though, so there's that. I think they planned to make him playable, but took it back. That's possible. We know that's what happened with Guadia, because Guadia, people data mined that he had a victory line and bond lines and an extra attack and all that kind of stuff. So that's possible. I mean, it could also just be like they're gonna make Galahad playable a lot later, like not next month, but like multiple months down the road. And so his animations are just like placeholder, right? But I don't know, he just might not be playable because they don't want another shielder and stuff like that. Or he could just not be finished like Canis. Yeah, that's also true. So we do a lot more damage if I do the second skill, but we don't really need to do that. So okay, she has guts, so I gotta hit her again. Actually, I could do bonk NP then bonk, or that. Let's see. Guess that'll do. Oh, she still has guts. Oh yeah, so some of this, like the concept of this, I'm sure Nasu did not just make up, but the details of this, he absolutely did. So the shtick is Galahad stopped giving Mash his power because it would have turned her into like a full heroic spirit that was tied to, you know, like her like era would have been like that, the 2016, you know, Fuyuki fuckery nonsense. And that's fine, but the part that just makes absolutely no sense is for some reason that translates to her having to relive that like part of time endlessly forever. And I'm just like, what? Like, why? Like, why? All these heroic spirits out there, and they're like, and their thing was because she was a demi servant or something. Somehow this translate, I makes no sense. And what makes even less sense is then, like, he wants Mash to stop idealizing him, right, and like become her own thing, right? And then Mash is like, no, I'm gonna idolize you even more. And for some reason, that turns her into a paladin, which I don't know what the fuck that even means. But, and now, because she's a paladin, she won't get time locked forever, and then so Galahad gives her his power back. Like, okay, now that you're not gonna go into infinity loop, you can have my power again. And I'm just like, the principle here is fine. The execution is just nonsense, like actual nonsense. And can anyone disagree with me on this? Because everyone's like, oh, this OC is so important. Why wasn't this spread throughout the actual story? Like the lost belts. Like, why not? Why didn't we learn? We should have learned why Galahad wasn't giving Mash her power in like Lost Belt 3, right? And then you could have had like in Lost Belt 4 the whole stop idealizing me, and then she's like, no, I'm gonna idolize you more. And then in Lost Belt 5, then you could have the, you know, conclusion to this, right? Or just put all of it in Lost Belt 5 or 3 or 1 or whatever. Like, why the fuck is this in OC4, right? It's stupid, just so fucking stupid. And then how about, you know, actually having any logic to any of this, right? That might have helped. Mash should have died at the Temple of Time. I mean, she did. She did indeed die. But let's see, how much? I think you get battery based on the amount of stars you have. I mean, we just went straight to 200, so there's that. So we need to do 1,000,000 damage. You need to do something to Burgess. I forget. There's an objective here to get coins that has something to do with the burger, but I don't remember what it was. Well, shit. Well, she has a vulnerability again. She needs to die. She probably will. Do that. Yeah, and like, yeah, the Lilith stuff I do think was too just like shoehorned in there. Basically, none of this has anything to do with what the story is even about in OC4, and that's because the story is about in OC4 is stupid. KO, thank you for the 53 months, dude. That's a really long time. Had a root canal? Oof. Oh, well, how long is that gonna take to heal? Because I know that teeth stuff can be pretty rough. Da Vinci, uh-oh. If she was acknowledged as heroic spirit in death and later made into her servant, it'd be true, but in actuality that won't happen because she's the process of becoming heroic spirit while still alive. She won't enter the throne of heroes since she's not going to be able to die at all. What about Scath? That doesn't even make, like, what, literally, what about Scath? Right? Because Scath, didn't die. I didn't write it. I'm just saying, this is stupid. I like how in Fate Extra, they say the Scath you summon is like the heroic spirit of like the impression that humanity had of Scath. Just like, what? They're just making shit up. All right, let's just look, chat. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. After it's all said and done, this goes to a 7-turn cooldown. But it's worse than that because I had to wait the 3 turns, right, of the other skill. So I'm 10 turns without this ability, right? Now, yeah, I can obviously do this, and you can NP again, and so on and so forth. But, I know we need to win in 9 turns. And yeah, you're supposed to do something to Burgess, but I don't fucking know. Why do I have so many curses on me? See, this makes stars when you get hit. I guess that's fine. Let's see. Yes, bonk. Just trying to get as many coins as possible in one run here. Thus all the overpowered stuff. Yeah, none of the Megatron stuff even needed to be there. That was all dumb. They just made that shit up. You have to NP Burgess after she gets threat to humanity trait. Well, I guess she has it because she's got all those purple things. Great, that means I have to NP twice. Morgan, if you could just stop casting things, that would be great. So I just have to NP again after this. And then don't kill Morgan, but then Morgan does need to die in a few turns after that. How many match coins can you actually get? I'm not sure, I haven't counted, but a lot. Also, you can get her to bond 10 now, and that gives coins. And she has a bond CE that is very, very good. It's 30% attack up forever all the time, which that's a very, very significant amount, which makes up for her not having an attack stat from the CE. And I will remind everyone that attack up is a very, very good effect on a craft essence because it affects your NP, it affects your not NP, it affects crits, but if you happen to not crit, you still get a boost. It affects art, buster, crit, and chat. It even affects your extra attack, which is very rare. You know, if only chat, there were more CEs that had that effect that weren't Mash's Bond CE. And, you know, maybe had some kind of other effect on it. Maybe starting NP, because that's really good. But unfortunately, chat, I don't think that's a thing. Wait a minute, chat. Actually, I think it is a thing. I think it might have been from an event a long time ago. I think that might even be a welfare CE, chat, so everybody can get it. Sounds pretty good to me. Okay, so we need... Why the fuck do I not... What?
Are you hallucinating?
Didn't I just NP? Did I not? Why do we not have the gun? We need the gun. You did? Nerd? Then why do I not have gun? Who took the gun away? I think Morgan removed the buff. Okay, that's actually really funny. But, we're gonna have to cheat a little bit then. I need gun. And we only have a few turns left here. Wait, I could have just given myself battery with this. I kind of forgot about that. But, whatever. Fucking buff removal. Running out of turns here. Confiscated the gun. Yeah, pretty much. You know... Oh god, don't kill her. Don't kill her! Okay. You bitch! Holy fuck, I can't believe they have her do that here. That's pretty funny. Okay, well, we did 1 million damage. Button, good enough. Super gun. Alright, that ought to do the trick. I think we beat a lot of the missions here. Got our little transformer gun there. Big damage. Alright, how many missions did we do? I like how Morgan just instantly got yeeted and then Burgess got the outro line. How bad is the new OC? I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean. Okay, we beat like 8 or 9 missions there. It's pretty good. Like, the filler is real, right? It's a lot of filler, and then gameplay-wise, it's just okay. But the like story that's not really connected to OC specifically is, I guess, okay-ish. And like the music is good. Yeah, the Galahad stuff is cool. The music is cool. The gameplay is mid. The overarching story is like atrocious. But the mash upgrade is incredibly practical for free-to-play. Okay, so you get 20 just from that, and then you get a bunch from those missions we just did. I think I still have a mission. There's another stage where you fight the Knights of the Round Table with, like, Lion King. And I think I've got one where you have to kill Lancelot, like, the second he spawns, and I haven't done that one. We might have done all of the ones with Morgan there, though. Yeah, I think the only thing I have left is actually killing Lancelot immediately. I think we actually did every single mission there in one go. That's pretty sick. The The Knights of the Round Table missions were a lot harder, in my opinion. They were just more awkward. Like, you needed to kill Gwaine without having Mash ever NP, but, like, Mordred has Taunt. So it's like, it's a whole annoying thing. And then you need Mordred to NP, because Mordred has her Camelot gimmick, and so does Gwaine and stuff. And so you need, Mordred to NP without ever killing anybody. And an easy way to do that is obviously Mash's NP, but that fucks everything up. Okay, so yeah, we gotta Omega kill Lancelot here. How many coins are we at? Morgan needs to be the last one alive. Then she summons her clones. I wonder if that's the one I have left then. Maybe I've already done the Lancelot one. That's awfully specific. That's really annoying too, though, because, like, Mash's damage is AoE, so it's really hard to kill Morgan last. Like, you're normally gonna kill him at the same time. So you have to kill... Man, I guess you don't have to do the time limit anymore, though. So you could just, like, heal a bunch and set it up. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get, like, starting NP or something here. Yes, and then this is extra attack up, which is good, but I think the starting NP is definitely better. I will say, Mash is such an extra class killer now. Like, this effect applies to all extra classes, and then she has pretty good damage now anyway. So she is just gonna fuck their shit up. QP hell, by the way. Oh yeah, and now you can grail her, and all that. You can 120... I cannot even imagine how strong this unit is if you 120 her. Because she's quite strong as is. It's just her second skill NP rotate thing is incredibly awkward and kind of needlessly, bad. But, overall, she's very, very good. So yeah, at 120, she must be fucking disgusting. Like, her NP damage just be through the roof. And yeah, her NP is still rank 3, so if you do get her to NP 5 at the end of the story, it's gonna be even stronger. I might grail her to like 100 just because she's so practical. And the drip is better now, but I don't think I'd go to 120. That's way too much work for fucking Mash. Oh, speaking of things, the Grand Saber thing's coming up. And every single saber in the game is rated up right now. Gotta find the right one here. There we go. But yeah, literally every single saber in the game is rated up right now. I can't decide if I'm gonna Grand Saber Mordred or Arthur. Arthur makes more sense, and I like them both a lot. But I do like Mordred more. But Arthur makes a lot more sense. It's tough. I wish Arthur had an upgraded NP. Neither of them have a good Bond CE, though, because that's like the main thing that the Grand gets, is their Bond CE is just equipped all of the time. I couldn't do Richard if I wanted to, because you have to be Bond 10. Well, look, Max is probably picking Mordred anyway, so Max's is still going to be better than mine. Because Max has, like, everything possible. Oh, Bond 10's a bonus. The thing is, if you don't have Bond 10, there's like no point in doing it, because then you don't get your Bond CE. And look, I like Richard, but I certainly don't like Richard as much as Arthur or Mordred. I would like to get one copy of Arthur here, though, because my Arthur's NP4. I got him NP3 when he first came out, and then eventually we got another copy of him. And then, like, just one more. Like, how bad can it be, chat? I have very few NP5 5-stars. It'd be nice to get another one. Also, it's nice to get coins and crap for other people while we're at it. Okay, well, there's that. Did I not have him? Is he? I guess he is limited, isn't he? Yeah, I use Sitting Master all the time, but I guess, yeah, it is always other people's. Oh, there we go. We did it. Easy peasy. Never hard, by the way. Chat, I think the words you're looking for are congratulations, chat. You're having a lot of typos there.
Nani?
Feels good.
Are you hallucinating?
Scum.
Okay. So I think the only two NP5 5 stars I have on this account are Arthur and Mordred.
Very good.
Tesla's up the. Oh shit! No, Tesla's NP5.
You
Damn.
fail.
Yeah, I guess we did pick him as a free 5 star, and then we did roll a few times. I think I've gotten spooked a bunch, so I think he's like 4. We're getting there. Chat, you just have to play the game for like 10 years, so then you start getting NP5 5 stars. Are you done on Mori coins? No, but I almost am. I need like 2 more copies or something. I mean, I don't really have to get this though, so it's not that bad. We're pretty far along. All right, let's go do this Morgan thing. Also, I should look at how many grails do I even have right now. But yeah, Kadok died. Feels bad. At least he summoned Anastasia though. But if we beat 2.0, he'll come back. So, but I don't think they say this, but I'm pretty sure if you beat 2.0, everyone's gonna lose their memory. So. Did he go out like a Chad? Kind of? Not exactly. It's like, he kind of just dies. Like, he saved us, but there's no combat or anything. He just, everyone says he takes the blame. He doesn't really take the blame. It more like he was to blame in the first place. He just admits to that, you know, him and Anastasia are the ones that attacked Caldia, you know, in the prologue and kind of started all this nonsense. And then because he used his, like, light thingamabob to summon Anastasia, he dies. And yeah, he doesn't not even fighting anything, which kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna say it. The story's, like, the points are fine. Like, learning why Galahad wasn't helping Mash, and then why he gives the help back to her, and all that's fine. But, like, the logistics of it are all bad. Right? Like, Kadok sacrificing himself and summoning Anastasia again and all that. That's all fine, but the context is stupid. Right? Like, it's this dumbass trial with Megatron, who we've never even heard of. And we'll never... It's dumb, right? They're just pulling it... This stuff should have happened in the Lost Belt. Right? Like, 100% would have been way better. Like, all the Galahad stuff could have happened in the regular Lost Belt. They showed Pepe a little bit in the story. Yeah, he blows his thing to resummon Anastasia, and it's like his Anastasia, so she has her memory to like prove what he was saying was true. Because, you know, it's just, the whole thing is so dumb, and like, it's just Nasu being a hack writer, and I see this style of writing in a lot of anime, and I think it's really bad. Okay, so the whole premise with this trial thing is pretty contrived, stupid. And in order for it to work, you have to make it so you have to respect Megatron. As in, not as in respect as in like her, but respect as in you have to respect the trial. You can't, like, just walk out. Or, you know, summon a servant to blow it up or whatever. Which ends up happening anyway, which makes the next bit all really stupid. But anyway, so, in order to just instantly have the player, like, have to respect these circumstances, right, and respect Megatron, they're just like... Oh, she's an angel, and that means she's just as strong as a primordial deity. She's just as strong as Tiamat, guys. So you gotta do what she says. It's just like, excuse me, what? Like, we've killed Zeus, and all these things, and then an angel is too much. An angel is too much. Yeah, we killed Valkyries. Look at all these Valkyries. We've killed so many gods. We've killed outer gods, right? Beasts. All this, but an angel. No, that's way too much. Nope. You can't fight back. You gotta just go to court. And then Lilith just blows it all up anyway. And it's stupid. Like, Lilith blows it all up. So it's just it's complete. It's Nas. It's just such Nasu shit, right? Nasu has this idea that he wants fucking Face Angel to get to, you know, judge us, and we can't do anything about it. So he just makes that happen, even if it makes no sense, right? He's just like, I want this to be the case. I want us to have to be in court, like it's a Batman episode, right? And I want it to be Face, so that's just gonna happen, even though this really doesn't make sense. So I'm just gonna make up stuff to make it make sense, and then Lilith just fucks it all up anyway. Bro, her name isn't Megatron. Really? I never would have guessed. I thought this game was about defending our base against the Autobots. Who are the robots we've been fighting this whole time, chat? Were they in disguise? Holy shit, how deep does the lore go? Yeah, Zeus is Optimus Prime. Man, I'm really glad someone had told me that, chat. I would have never guessed. So I can't summon Optimus Prime? Yeah, not right now, unfortunately. Alright, so we gotta kill everything but Morgan, then kill Morgan. Let's see. We don't need to win in 9 turns anymore, and we don't have to worry about any of the other shit, so it shouldn't be that bad. I feel bad using Merlin, but like, if you just want to get this shit done, like, we can fuck around here later. There's also another stage we've got that might be fun to, like, never technically beat. It's like the stage where you unlock the other gender for the extra master that looked like kind of a real stage. That might be good for testing shit out. Tomfoolery, if you will. Does anybody have a support that has a craft essence that actually does something? That's always nice. I mean, there is this Asclepius. Did you do the Angra? I can't. You can't do the Angra strengthening quest unless you do the other one, but we've kept the other one for the, like, the gameplay, because it's a pretty decent stage. Is the new one better? Like, because the one problem with the other one is it kind of lags a bit, just because it's a very poorly optimized stage. So if the new one's, like, better, maybe we keep that one instead. I mean, honestly, Optimus Prime probably has better morals than, like, 95% of the servants, let's be honest. Like, 2030 on Merlin would be sick. I say that like we need it. We definitely don't. Chat. Ace is here, so we could have a segment right now called AAA. Ask Ace anything. I'm just saying. Let's check out 2030. That's, like, disgustingly strong. Although, I guess you could just give Merlin, like, K-scope or cope scope, because then you NP and it's, like, 2030 anyway. But you can have both. AAA gaming. Fun fact, there's a Smash Bros. Clone on GameCube that lets you make Megatron and Solid Snake fight. Just sounds like FGO right now. Oh yeah, are we still starting soon? I didn't even, it's because I can't see my own preview right now. Shut the fuck up, phone. Okay there. Oh wow, limit broken 2030, which I could have. I just don't because people will bitch, and then also because I want the option to have a limit broken one and a non-limit broken one, and I don't think I have an extra one. Although I actually might, because I haven't checked in like a year. So I brought all this Bond stuff, but I don't think this stage actually gave Bond even the first time you beat it. But I did not pay attention there. Let's see. So I'm guessing MASH has to kill all of the clones, right? So you can't have someone else go burr, I'm assuming. I think it's something like that. Let's see. We probably won't need the back row much. MASH has to kill all 3 at once. Okay, figured. Could do the Switch Mystic Code. And then bring like a Asclepius or something. We have too many dots. Hey, thank you for the tier 1 sub. How do you say this? Durgato? Duragato? I don't even know. Why do I ever try to say anyone's name? Lost, what on earth are you talking about right now? Nailed it? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see. We don't have to go fast. We don't really need waiver. I kind of want to grail Asclepius, man. He's a cool guy. I kind of just want to grail everything, but then, you don't have the cool silver borders anymore. I should probably turn my music on in a minute here. Yeah, the first one's probably better. We should do some mash soloing in a minute once we're done with these. I've never used her solo yet. It'll be interesting to see. She's probably really good. Like, if you have access to your deck every turn, that's kind of wild. Alright, do I want the Switch Mystic Code? Nah, I don't think we need it. Oh yeah, dude, the most disgusting thing about MASH is, where's the passives? This is disgusting. I have no idea what they were thinking with this ability. So this passive is, her teammates cannot take more than 1,000 damage 5 times. Just no matter what. They cannot take more than 1,000 damage. So the boss can NP for 3 billion damage and they're only gonna take 1,000. And it's 5 times. And you could put her in the back row and use the Switch Mystic Code to bring her in. Right? And then, like, if you want her to live, you could give her the super invulnerability where they can't do pierce invulnerability and whatnot, right? Like, it's just disgusting. So fucking disgusting. And then she also has, like, a permanent damage cut for herself, where she takes 1,000 less damage all the time. And you could stack this with there's craft essences. There's, like, that one craft essence that has damage cut and NP gain all the time. You could do that. You could get the command code, shit like that. It's very good. I don't know if you could, you might, I don't know, Wadim is so weird. I know it is possible to survive that, you know, people have found ways to survive it. He might deactivate it though. I have never looked at the coding to see if he deactivates passives. Cause he deactivates craft essences, which is pretty wild. So he might deactivate it. If there's anything that does, it would be him. I'm not sure anyone's tried that because there's no story replay. Like, I'd try it right now if I could, but I can't do that. Does she have another art? I swear she had, like, more normal art in the story, but I can't change it in this menu, apparently, so. Summon the unit I have in the extra slot. Well, hold on, let me do this. You probably have her in the extra slot. You can't use the other art post OC4. Okay, game. These other 2 slots are probably not gonna matter. I mean, it's possible somebody dies. You don't get Bond, though, so... the back row is probably not gonna matter. I guess Fuma, in case shit goes wrong. And then, like, Boudica or something. Boudica is such a good budget support now. Like, the targetable heal and guts and all that, it's very nice. Doesn't really matter what he has. There's always Star Bomb. I use Star Bomb CEs so much now, I need to level them more. I need to level like 4 of them to the same level, so it's easy to find them. Alright, that should do. You know, let's go default. No, the cooldown reduction's nice. Alright. Cannot kill Morgan until everyone else is dead. Yeah, we still need that quick free-to-play unit, you know, FP summon. Oh, and then we still need a proper single target caster and FP summon. There's still that. Alrighty. She only has 70k on that first health bar. So I guess I just NP right off the rip here. Any reason to do this? Yeah, Morgan going slower is fine. Let's see. I mean, she has Pierce. Oh yeah, that has battery on it too. Yeah, stars would be nice here. Oh, you don't have to kill the Morgans, you just have to hit them and then just kill them however. Okay. Oh, she just cleared the NP seal. What a bitch. That still did a pretty decent amount of damage there. Okay, attacking her earlier kind of did nothing. Because we're just gonna do this. I think her overcharge is more damage, which we don't really need. She's a free 50% charger. They have to play hundreds of hours of content to get her. True, but I mean, let's be honest. Most people already have played those hundreds of hours. Like, yeah, if you're a brand new player, you're not gonna get it, but... Like, what? How many new players actually are there? This game does not attract a new audience very well. I really just don't like the way the NP works. I'd rather you click the second skill and you pick which effect happens. And if you pick the damage one, it turns into the offensive thing. I just think that's so much better. Probably safe here. I should have given her the buster up. Didn't really think that one through. Merlin slap. Oh, I swear I targeted. Hold on, we don't want to break. That's actually bad. Excuse me. Actually, I don't think very many people quit because of in almost any of these games. No one quits because of like detailed bullshit like 900 pity and crap like that. I don't think that has any effect on people quitting. What affects people quitting games or not, or getting into them or not, is like, is the gameplay fun? Like, that's it. And FCO, the first like 300 hours of this game are just terrible. I mean, they're so bad. And they've gotten worse, right? With all the power creep and the support list summoning in 120s and crap, and you're in Orleans, it's not good. And there's so much filler. Like, generally, if someone quits over, like, they didn't give out enough free SQ or whatever, it's because they already weren't happy with the game. Like, very much so. Oh, wow, he didn't quite kill. That sucks. unfortunate. Did you stupid... Okay. Trying to get Burgess to show up, game. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. Well, we have guts, but we don't have that much healing right now. Okay. Can I get away with... Wait, do I have gun? Fuck, I don't have gun. God, mash is so awkward to use right now. This is Okay, I need to reset. This is just taking way too long to kill them. Like, we're not even close to killing them. Yeah, I need to just go burr. Why is everyone summoning David? That was so many David summons. And look, I love David to death here. It's just, that's not what I would typically expect people to be summoning. Okay. Speed the process up a little bit here. I hate the way this works out, though, where if I have my NP, I don't need the second skill, and then it just, like, whiffs. It does not feel great. I think I just NP, and then she's probably going to NP one of these two, which will only take 1,000 damage, so... That's probably fine. Only got the 70. I think I can do 70k though. Let's see.
Yo.
90% crit chance. I mean, I would summon David all the time because a lot of times when I'm playing through the story, I don't want to summon OP stuff like I am right now. Like with Merlin, I want to use something more reasonable, and David's like really useful, but then is not OP, right? Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't think she's super busted. I think she's good, but I don't think she's super busted at all. I think the way her NP works nerfs the hell out of her. Like, she's good. She's absolutely good. The most busted thing is that passive, where your teammates basically can't die for a little while. Like, that shit's insane. This really sucks that I didn't break. Let's see. Because, like, if you do this, you know, it's go time. But she has 5k health. Kind of fucked up. Oh, God, the value. Yeah, if you can break that first health bar in turn 1, it's going to be a lot better. But yeah, like, Mesh's ability to carry is a little wonky. Like, her second skill is so important if you're in hard content, and then you just get locked out of it for such a long time. But she's still good. And, like, if you're fighting extra classes, I think she's amazing for free-to-play. Because she's got the bonus damage to extra classes, and she actually slaps now. So you can do just massive fucking damage. I think she's one of the best free-to-play units in the game. I don't think she's, like, Castoria good, but, although you can use her with Castoria, and that's disgusting. Okay, we still have gun. Let's see. So her guts is gone.
それが正解でないとしても
王の話をするとしよう。
領域走行解除。霊気形態を方針形態に換装。
Yeah, and I tell you, if you're not trying to win in 3 turns, you use your mash, you summon a friend's Merlin or Castoria, and then you use whatever best support you have, and you may not be killing the fastest, but your team is basically unkillable. Especially if the third support on the team is something that has buff removal resistance or debuff immunity. Like, that shit's insane.
そこは壁もなく城もなく国すらない始まりの空。魂のありかを見せようか。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
Yeah, you could do your a regular mash and then a friend's super mash. That's true. But you're probably better off using your super mash though than using a friend's Castoria or Merlin. I think that's just like too strong. Okay, so Burgess has to die first. It's so annoying she's got a break bar. This is gonna be a pain, man. Let's see. Can we do 81k? If I happen to crit, yes. Could just do the Archchain to get Merlin's NP again. That might be better. No, we gotta kill her as fast as possible. That's not quite enough. Yeah, she's got a damage resist. Can you not do that? Let's see, we can NP drain. Really need Merlin to NP again. I probably should have done that Archchain. I gotta do 22k though. There's really no way to do 22k with this hand. It's not really possible. I mean, you could do the waiver Brave Chain and maybe you do it. But, you could do a Brave Chain with waiver where you open with the NP and then do extra, but I don't think waiver slaps that much, to be honest, when the enemy has a damage resist. Let's find out. Just crit forehead. This is such a pain because I can't use Mash's NP for a minute. Oh, you just double stun. Could you just do that all the time, please? Oh shit! Oh shit! Waver's a Chad! Okay, never mind. Take it all back. Well, we really fucked up with that Merlin, though. Gonna die to the dot and not NP again. Well, I could NP right now. Okay, bonk. Did they really have to give Burgess the damage resist? By the way, Galahad was way cooler than Mash in the story. I'm just saying. I will definitely roll on him if he does get added. Although, honestly, Mash is cooler now. Like, I think the whole Paladin get up is better than what you had before. But yeah, Galahad's definitely better. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna add him or not. It's hard to say. Damn, that sucks.
モルゴース
Did she just say Morgan Force?
よろしい
That is so lame. That is so dorky. Like, what are you, a Chune?
副作用などないはずだ話しかけるではこうし
Yeah, he has a decent amount of attack animations, but so did Wadim. So, like, there's been a few things like that. I mean, if I had to pick, I would lean more on the side that he's going to be playable, but it might be a while, then he's not going to be playable. But if it turned out like, would anyone really be surprised if you go into the future 3 years and you find out he's not playable? Right? Like, is anyone going to be, like, that fucking surprised? Right? Like, this fucking game, dude. Like, I'm not going to be super surprised either way. Okay, so I can't NP. Sucketh.
治療よく聞くぞ
的確ですね
I hate this game. Yeah, I hate aspects of it for sure.
真の蘇生や
I wish that the whole problem is there's aspects of it that I like, which is why I play it, right? Oh yeah, no, I could NP. That's not what I meant. No, that's not. I know I could NP. I mean that I can't NP because it will run the mission we're trying to do.
式はこうしてあげるさてどこから潰したもの
What about Agravane fans, chat? You guys remember them? That was a thing. I mean, she might not kill. Let's not risk it.
よしはいシールドスタート
Drowning, yep. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
表していますので
Okay,
手に入らない
now we can kill. Unfortunately, I don't have gun anymore.
治りたくないの
Yeah, we needed to kill one turn sooner.
全て見つめますよろしい
Okay.
勇気をもらいました
副作用などないはずだクー
I don't remember what her overcharge is.
治療
But it's probably a good thing.
お任せ
So if I kill these clones without, like, with normal damage, I'll fuck it up, won't I? Like, I have to, because they don't have a lot of health.
リザレクシ
So, like, I have to not touch them until I have the gun, right?
これぞ大軍師の究極陣地
Yeah, so, like, if you had Morgan low on health here, you would fuck it up. So you really just need to not touch Morgan for a good while.
神明国名これは多くの世界多くの夢をつなぐ我らが誓い証明せよロードカルデースモルゴース魔女ですの
Oh, I fucked up. I forgot we drain in P, so I shouldn't have cast all that. Whoops! I mean, it'll probably be fine. But, what a shit hand, though.
よく聞くぞただよく
Holy fuck.
動くな少し痛いぞこの幹部
Yeah, I know we have so much debuff immunity right now.
容量を守れ
It's because Mash has it, and then Sclipius has it.
慈悲だ神戸を垂れよ恐怖は希望もない何人
I'm just gonna say it, chat. The blue lipstick is kind of garish.
ここまでかあと
逃がすものか逃がすものかあまり悩ませ
We're probably gonna get wrath for that one, but
どこから潰
sometimes you gotta speak the truth. This should have been Shakespeare. Fuck, this isn't gonna work. It's gonna wear off. Okay, I do not give a fuck here. Didn't I use this earlier? Why is my command spell back? I don't know, but fuck it. Need gun.
政権
御用と
抜
なる
刀的確ですね
Lipstick always looks bad in anime. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm assuming it's fine that we didn't kill her there. Nice damage. Okay, we just gotta kill her and we're good. She's making that a wee bit of a pain, though. I wonder if they composed this song before Nasu did the bait and switch in the writing with Morgan. Because, like, this song fits, like, your more traditional Morgan pretty well, but it actually doesn't really fit, the way they changed her. I could cast this, but that's kind of a bad thing. We are going so slow, but it's working. Waiting, yeah, very much. It's because I had to not in P several times there. So these stages would be kind of decent for like testing out new units, but you have to bring MASH when you do them. That kind of limits it a bit. Also, I think if MASH dies, you lose. This would be great if I had any Buster card there. I do find it funny that Galahad is like, you gotta stop idolizing me, and then she just like quadrupled downs. 6 HP in a dream, but he's got guts. Okay, can I get a hand that like lets MASH do damage, please? Like, holy fuck. This was a Fuma setup all along? Okay, she dead? Nope, she's still not dead. Any day now. Stop hitting Asclepius. Wait, what happened to my guts? Did she remove it? Must not have any other buff up there. I totally could have prevented that, but, okay. Swear to God. Look, guts that doesn't do anything. This. Oh, hey, we can actually turn her into a Roman. Guys, Morgan was Roman all along. I fucking knew it. Okay, we beat it. We did it. I think the only thing we could do now to get MASH coins is get her to Bond 10, which he's like kind of close to. I'm assuming you get 20 from Bond 10, but you might get more. I don't know. Let me check like what's left. Because I would presume you can get her to 120 and get all the passives, but maybe you have to pick. No, there's no way they're going to do anything for Grands art-wise. I mean, they might like put something on the border, right? But they're not going to make art for every character in the game, right? But yeah, maybe they do something for like the border of the character, right? Like it becomes like a special thing or something like that. But yeah, there's just no way they would do art for every character in the game. Oh wow. Huh. So I'm short on getting the passive, and I haven't even like tried to 120. Oh, the Grand Saber drip, the archetype that they showed. It's pretty good. Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, but it's good. I'd give it like an 8. Maybe her Bond 10 gives way more coins than normal. Because I'm at Bond 9. You get 40 coins for Bond 10. That's it? How else can you get coins then? Because that puts us 20 short of getting the passive, and then you can't 120. Oh, so you have to pick. So if you want to make her 120 right now, you can't get all the passives. Damn. Well, if you're a MASH fan, I would say you definitely go 120 over some of these passives. Because, like, she synergizes so well with higher base stats. Like, I think she's a disgustingly strong 120. You definitely want to get this. I think this is so important. You definitely want to get this. I think you want this a lot too, though. You don't have to get it. Like, these are nice. These are really nice. Like, she's pretty crit based now. But I think these two are the ones you just absolutely have to get. Match is the easiest to get. Oh, wait, can she go beyond Bond 10? Can you grail special or Bond Grailer? Because then, yeah, that's how you do it then. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense then. So I guess you can get most of it then, or all of it. Because yeah, those are a good bit each. Okay. I understand. Well, I'm not gonna take her to 120, so I don't have to worry about that. I might grail her to 100 though. Well, let me see how many grails I have, because I have so many fucking grails now. It doesn't even kind of like a drop in the bucket at this point. Only 120ing people is hard now. We have 34 grails. Yeah, so she'll probably get taken to 100. Might grail like Kentucky to 100. Might grail these two to 100. Palm's pretty cool. Percival's pretty cool. Rider Canis. Beowulf. Does that even? We'll see. Holy fuck though, yeah, you could 2k foe mash and just all that nonsense. Who has the strongest mash here? Because we should do some solo shenanigans. Let's check out that one stage I was talking about here. Mine is 112. Jesus. Any 2k foe havers? I think it's in this one. I'm not exactly a MASH fan, but I don't hate her either. I hate her in the menus. But yeah, I'm not really a fan, but I don't hate her. And she's so good for a free-to-play unit that it's pretty practical. Oh, I think you said extra. Oh god, we have the Bond CE. Is it actually good? Like, I'm sure it's good if you can get Grand Shielder, then it's going to be, like, godly. Because, like, 30% attack up is absolutely good, right? But it's more like 20% attack up because you're losing the stats from having a proper craft essence. But there's no starting NP, nothing defensive. Well, I mean, there's the guts, I suppose. I mean, yeah, having a free guts is pretty sick. It probably is worth it. I mean, it is hard to say. These are probably not worth it. I tell you what. Can we get a heal? Like, actually, unironically, we really need the heal because she drains her own HP. We'll just, like, slowly kill ourselves. If we could get, like, heal boost heal, that would be really good. Look at those stats, though. Jesus. I'll wait a second for Lost to change some shit around here. I'm surprised you already have this, because you just now can get Bond 10, and like my mash, I mean, I haven't been playing like non-stop or anything, but I've done a chunk of farming, and mine's still got a ways to go. Did you use the app I just realized that's a really easy way to do it. You just set up the auto app and you just go burr. But I don't ever use that thing. I guess I'd unlock her bond, but I'm not gonna really try to get her past bond 10. That's I don't think I'd care enough. I mean, it depends. She's easy to get bond on. Because you can switch back to her 4-star version. Oh wait, what happens? Actually, fuck, I want to know. I'll use one Greyhole to find out. I'm actually so curious. Because she's technically already grailed. The story, like, grails her. She's still technically, what? That's weird. She's like a 5-star and she's grailed. I don't even. She's grailed at 90 as a 5-star. How the fuck does that work? Is this? Okay, let's see what happens here. I want to know what happens to the other mash. I can't decide who my Grand Archer's gonna be. It sucks because both Billy and Tesla have terrible bond CEs, but they're my two favorites, and I don't know which one of them to go with. 120 VR mash. That would actually hit so hard. I do lean towards Billy. He's kind of been my guy, but I don't think you guys understand how much I like Tesla. Like, okay, what happens now? So she goes to 92. So did this buff? Did they actually just buff 4-star mash? I think they did. I think 4-star mash is a level 90 now, even if you don't do anything yourself. So yeah, that's actually pretty big because you know, she's the 4-star version is insanely good and still is insanely good. Like, she's not like useless because this new mash exists. Like, absolutely not. And now she's even stronger, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, Saber is either Mordred or Arthur. I'm really having a hard time with that one. Like, I like Mordred more. You know, I like Arthur a fuckload, but I do like Mordred more. But I think Arthur fits Grand Saber a lot more. It's like justice. Lancer, I don't even have to think about it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, guys, I wonder what I'm gonna pick to be Grand Lancer. I can't even imagine. Let's see. And then Archer, it's Billy or Tesla. Canis. I mean, I like Canis. Canis is awesome, but it's definitely cool. I don't have a Reshigal. Let's see. What do I do about Assassin? It's Kojiro or Sanson? Huh. That's really tough, actually. I kind of lean towards Sanson because it's just like a meme and he's our guy, but I do love Kojiro. Sanson's bond CE is so bad. He increases his teammates' death percent up. This is so bad. That does, like, I mean, that's just sticking with the thing. Like, everyone, you know, everyone else is getting like decent stuff at least. Like, Mordred at least gets a 20% NP damage up, right, with her bond CE. He gets nothing. Like, death chance up doesn't do anything at all. Zip. Right? It will never apply in any way, right? So you're not gaining the grand bonus. What does Kojiro get? I think it's like quick up. Gotta Google this. I actually just got him to bond 10 too, like the other day. His bond C is all party members get quick up 15%, which that's not super amazing, but it's certainly better than Sanson's. So I might lean towards Kojiro because of that. I don't know. It's tough though, and like Sanson's already 2K foed, man. Like, I don't know. Sanson's my guy, dude. And then Berserker, that's tough. I think we all know who deserves it, right? Obviously, Herc. I think Herc is definitely the one that deserves it the most. But Darius has kind of always been my Berserker. Although there's Mori too, excuse me. This is tough. It's Mori or Herc, I think, ultimately. Herc Herc really does deserve it, though. And there's no way around that Herc's Bond CE is it's still the best Bond CE in the game. So, like, that's pretty good. What else is there? Oh god, there's Caster and Rider. Look, chat, look at all my Grailed units up here, right? None of them are Caster or Rider. I do have some Grailed at 90 though, right? Like these Riders are all Grailed to 90. Although I will say there is one Caster worthy of being up here. And the reason he's not up here is because he gets worse when you Grail him. Because it's VC Braun. I like VC Braun. He's like in my, absolute top favorite characters. Especially, from the books. Like, he's so good in the books. But he gets so much worse when you Grail him. So, it's a huge problem. But yeah, he really deserves to be up here. I can't, who the hell, like, I like Babbage, but I like a VC Braun quite a bit more. And, like, I really like Babbage, but I don't think there's any caster I like even close to a VC Braun. I actually think I like him more than every other caster by a pretty astronomical amount. I do like Chin a lot. Chin is probably the next closest. I will say there is some like poetic justice there in Chin Gong being Grandcaster. Grand Hands is also pretty right. But yeah, a VC Braun is my favorite caster by a lot. Like a lot. Like Chin is probably second, but he's a good bit behind. I like Waver too, actually. The Kairos, obviously, if he actually bothers to do it, we'll definitely do Hans. Ryder, There's George, Medusa, Kentucky, Canis. George would be pretty cool. I'm actually leaning kind of towards Canis because I like Canis a lot. I obviously prefer the Lancer one, but she is absolutely not getting Grand Lancer. Oh yeah, there's Bart. That is kind of true. But I'm actually leaning towards Canis. I'd say it's Canis or George. I'd say it's probably one of those two. Oh fuck, she's not Bond 10 though. Yeah, it's because I only used the Lancer version. Fuck! What even is her Bond CE? I don't know if I have time to get her to Bond 10. I don't like farm that. I'd have to use the app if I wanted to do that. I just do not have the patience to play that much. But yeah, I've got the Bond CE on the Lancer one. Her Rider Bond CE is increase party oh yeah, it's pretty much the same shtick. It's party buster 15, NP damage 10, and then lowers their defense. So it's actually bad. God, why is she like this? Maybe it's so, I don't know, we'll see. Actually, he's not Bond 10 either, but he's super close. And actually, I don't think she's Bond 10 either, but is also close. George is definitely Bond 10. I've had him Bond 10 for ages. I don't know, man. George feels pretty good to make Grand. I'd kind of want to level a second one, though, and then Grail him. But I would be totally okay with having a Grail George and having him be Grand. I do not mind that one bit. That's everything. Yeah, that is everything. So, unless they do extras. People think they might do extras in, like, you get 2 of them. I don't remember which classes are grouped up, though, so I'm not really sure what I would do. Looking at my extras, though. I mean, Edmund's pretty cool. Lobo's pretty cool. I do like Jolter, but I like these 2 more. Bazette. Coco's good, but, like, Bazette's better. Yeah, I don't remember how they split them up. Shielder, Ruler. I mean, Mash is a very good pick because of the Bond CE. I tell you what, though, if we have Galahad in time, I'd pick Galahad. Okay, command codes update on their own, so good to go here. Getting Galahad to Bond 10 might get me to download that app to auto farm. I just have to, like, learn how to set it up and find, like, some bullshit stage that I could farm a million times. Because I have so many AP resets, I could, like, strong arm Bond 10 really fast. Remind me to zeet the app because I don't think you can repeat this stage. This looks pretty legit if you're wanting to test stuff though. Like there's 7 enemies. So yeah, this looks like a really good stage to test it out. Okay. I know 9 years of no auto form. Crazy. This game is really bad for autoing though, the way it's set up. Angra basically just got a big art up, and then he gets to decide how his guts works now. Like, he always had guts, but now you get to pick if it's like a 1 HP guts, or a big HP guts, or a medium HP guts. Which, that's a cool thing to have control over, but it doesn't have like a huge impact on his overall performance. I'm still hoping that Angra's the final boss. That damage cut will be funny with her passive. I just realized she is applying the 1000 damage thing to the fucking taunt walls. You have got to be kidding me, dude. Thankfully, the triple attack. That is such a problem if you want to solo. You're gonna have to bring Qingong or something, because like that is messed up. Oh, man. All right, let's see here. I wonder if I could get away with not doing the first skill yet. Probably need to do it, but it's a waste of the battery. But I guess I don't need the battery that much. I actually want to see her animations in slow-mo. I haven't ever watched them in slow-mo. Okay. We have crit down right now. I could get rid of it, but I'm assuming it's about to go away anyway. It's not exactly. Boy, a debuff clear would be nice. I'm kind of wanting to save this one. I assume there's more debuffs coming. What is this? And why is it on so many of my cards? Why does this have to have a 90% crit rate right now? I could just do art, but I don't need the NP gain, that's the thing. Okay, this in slow-mo maybe is not it. Yeah, that does take her a second in slow-mo. Look at all these stars. I guess I gun without the second skill. Damn it, I wish I had killed him before, because I'd be NPing the other one. Black bullet nonsense. That did not do a lot of damage. Although I guess I didn't do my giant damage up, and we have an NP damage down, and they're not extra classes. And that NP damage down might actually be rather large. Because our crit damage is actually a joke, so I think those debuffs are actually massive. Yeah, we really need that debuff clear command code. That would really help. Yeah, I think that's why, what's his name? I think that's why Robin lived, is because our crit damage.
デッドカウント簡易測定
Like, I hate to remove this, but like, I think this NP down is just fucking massive. They only had 1 turn left on their duration, but I didn't really have a choice there.
正解でないとしても
So this should probably be on a quick card. Like, these two should probably be swapped.
よーしはい
Depends.
領域走行解除霊気形態を方針形態に換装生命距離弾装填外さない私たちは未来に
Okay, a little bit better damage that time.
正面叩き込むワンツー
This stage will be best for testing single target people and not AoE, because the total HP on the enemies will be much higher. I see, this is all the extra people. Oh, insta NP and sure hit.
タイミング合わせます
Although the crit buff would be nice now, I don't think we need it. Oh, she's got Pierce. That's a problem.
はいよ的確ですね正面
She got Armor Pierce.
ブンブンブーワン
Oh, I should have done slow-mo there. Those are like the animations I hadn't seen.
恐れずに
Oh, taunt. I love this NP, by the way.
シールド
You motherfucker! His stun chance is so low, by the way. So, if we had that debuff clear command code, that would not have happened. That was so unlucky. Like, his stun chance is so garbage. And she has magic resist. I'm actually surprised he even can stun her because of her magic resist. Like, what the fuck was that? We were still gonna win, because we have guts and all that, but that was horrible. Yeah, his stun chance must have been so abysmal there. Maybe they gave him like a free overcharge special effect or something, but it didn't look like it. Yeah, his default stun chance is 30%. And let's see what Mash has got. Oh god, they need to change her wiki page. This is such a catastrophe. She has at least 20%, so he had a 10% chance to stun. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, we had a 90% chance not to get stunned there, then we got stunned. And then we resist the crit thing. God, now we have to deal with Mash's passive for these two, though. What a pain.
よーし
Yeah, I really want to Grail George. That is such a strange animation. But yeah, I want to Grail George and make him Grand Brighter. I think that's sick. If I did her first skill to give herself the crit buff, we would really fuck him up here, but hopefully this is good enough.
未来観測していますのでライトアガーガーム
That's a really cool animation right there.
まっすぐに
Now, obviously, it's Lancelot.
何のスパルタされど
Okay.
シールダーの名にかけてタイミング
We need Robin Hood to die, preferably this turn. These crit chances are not it. I could just not NP, but that will fuck up getting to do gun. Why does the 90 always hit a random art card?
お任せくださいマスター。はい
I mean, maybe she just crits anyway, right? 50-40 is not that bad.
おごりであっても高らかにいつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ力となれ。
Yeah, just get lucky.
プレイしたライトアバードラム強く重く恐れず
It's just the same thing again. This is exactly like last time, dude. He's slightly lower this time, but yeah, it's exactly this. At that point, I should have just been attacking somebody else. Bow.
それが正解でないとしても
I'm tempted to do Buster, but I don't think it's necessary.
はい的確ですね。
This is so much better if you kill Robin Hood there.
兵器形態を方針形態に換装生命距離弾装填
Chat, can I have
私たちは
can I have the Green Knight now? I've waited a long time. Give him cool armor and an axe, and make him like a 3-star or something, and I'll scrail the shit out of him,
キーエライトウルトラ
and I'll you know, use him a lot.
ランドランド
Chat, we're getting 0 value here. Like, we're almost getting so much value, but we're not actually getting any. Like, if I had killed Robin and then killed Gwaine there, right? Like, we'd be so much farther along here.
レッドカウント簡易測定
Why must it be like this?
それが正解でないとしてもよーしはい
Double gun, though.
領域走行解除
I'll grail Agravain. How many people here would grail Agravain?
生命距離弾
Like, I'll definitely grail him.
外さない私たちは
Unless they just, like, do the worst job ever with him, and he's got the worst animations and, like, bad voice acting, which I can't imagine that happening, but...
まっすぐにランド
Yeah, if he was a 5-star, I will say it'd be, I guess less need, but I don't expect him to be a 5-star. Though I guess he could be. Well, yeah, I know his voice actor in the movie was fine. It's just, you know, voice direction, right? Your voice director can just suck. Okay. Don't stun me,
あの名にかけて
ya dick.
合わせます
Do I need a vulnerability here? Yeah, I probably should.
Hi. よーし
Heal boost is nice, but it's lower crit, but I'll take it.
ですねプレイしたシールドバニッシュせーの
I don't think I ever saw that animation before. This would be a great time. If I am going to get stunned, this is the time because I have so many... Yeah, now we guard it. Thanks, game. But we have so many reasons to debuff clear now. But I shouldn't get stunned again, so I'll just do it now. Okay.
見ていてください
Mash bash.
よーし
I want to heal, but fuck, why is it nothing ever line up the way that I want it to? God damn it. Heal should probably be on Buster, the more I think about it. Because the
お任せく
Buster,
ださい
well,
マスター
it'd be quick because you could use quick either in P. That's the whole problem is because the MP changes. I mean, you could just art. But I have 100% Buster crit. Fuck it.
はいよーし
God, that sucks.
神明国名これは多くの
I mean, she's definitely winning. We have guts from the Bond CE for crying out loud.
ロードカルデース落とします
Okay, she's very dead. Congratulations, you killed a child. Oh yeah, berserkers don't counter her. Because she needed more things. They might be dead. Because we got big NP up. Or even 200%. Yeah, they're probably dead. And if they're not, we're obviously going to kill them. We still have guts. We have 3 defense ups, and we're about to get more. Yeah, I think we got it. All right, that stage is going to be perfectly fine for testing single target. It is not good for testing AoE though. Like you'll because it's balanced around AoE, so like you getting like 3 times the damage every NP is like too much. Let's see. I should use my little shadow capsule thingies here to get. I need QP. I need bond. And I need the dust stuff, and this does both of those things, so. Or all 3 of those things. I actually kind of want bond more than I want QP. So, there's bond. Let's see. What's the team? I think it's that one. So that needs to be regular mash. She's too expensive. Now, she gets more bond if she starts in the front row. So you could do like put her in the front and then switch her out. But it's... I don't know if I care that much. How good is this stage? You mean like the enemy stage we're doing? This is a great farming stage. It's like the best like ever. Probably do Kentucky first. Because he's closer. Like he's quite close. Yeah, get that done. And then Mordred, unfortunately, is not close at all. But, you know, what are you going to do? This stage gives... If you bring all QP boost stuff, it still gives slightly less QP than the QP daily. But it does a lot of other stuff while you're at it. Like, you get way more bond and all that kind of stuff. Because, like, the actual QP daily does drop a bit more QP, but it does not give you nearly as much bond. Now, this stage also used to give you the purple stuff, and it still does. You know, the blue dust. But you can now get blue dust from the daily stage 2 if you use the capsule on it. So, it's not that... those 2 stages are actually very similar. The main reason to do this stage now... And now that I think about it... There really isn't a lot of reasons to do this stage anymore, other than the bond. So you should, every time you do this stage, you should bring bond boost and not QP boost. Because yeah, you can get the blue dust from a QP daily now, and it drops more QP. So. Oh yeah, that is a fun thing. These enemies are vulnerable to insta-death. If you want to do that kind of setup, like Nidochris or something. I mostly bring people I want to get bond with. Because that's the main reason to do it. And you can only do this stage a few times. You cannot do this stage a bunch of times. So I don't even care too much if I 3-turn it. Probably should have already cast all this, but whatever. Mordred go Burt. I wonder if I could use Arthur here. Probably. Check out his new NP5 damage. That didn't do as good of damage as I would have hoped. Yeah, I hate that Arthur doesn't have an NP buff. It's ridiculous. This is definitely more damage than I need. I should probably have, good song. But I should have given the attack buff to Mordred or something if I wanted the NP to kill. It probably still wouldn't. Yeah, it was kind of close. I've only got one more teapot, unfortunately. Yeah, this stage drops almost the exact same amount of QP as the daily. I think it's just ever so slightly less. I love Lancelot. He's got the coolest animations in the game, I think. But look at all that bond I got. Crazy.
逃げても構わねえぞ。ぶっ込み行くぞ。ぶっ込み行くぞ。
これだ。
任せな。
お任せを。
Yeah, all of these, like, Bleached Earth stages are just very high bond. And that makes them very good to use your double bond on them. It's weird because pretty much all the other Bleached Earth quests are garbage. There's no reason to do them. This is really the only one that matters. I don't get why they did that. I don't even think it was intentional. I just don't think they thought it through very well. Like, the other stages should drop gold gems and shit like that. Make way more sense. Let's see how much damage Mordred does if I do this. I don't think that's really gonna make the difference, but we'll see. Yeah, I used a lot of my teapots in the story as well, but the story kept making you, like, bring units and setups that weren't really good for the teapots, so I didn't use all of them. Like, I tried to use a lot, but they just kept doing stuff where I'm like, yeah, this would be a shitty time to do a teapot, so I kept toggling them off. The OC3 mats can only be farmed in Bleach Earth quests. Wait, not from their own free quests? That's really weird. I don't even remember. Wasn't OC3 like more BB stuff? Because I can't say I really care to level any of that. Yeah, Jesus, look at this. That bond, dude. Especially the front row people. Okay, maybe I do need to put MASH actually in the front row. Yeah, I think I'm underestimating 20% when the amount is that high. So yeah, I do need to put her in the front, it looks like. Even if I kill slower, like, who cares? Yeah, I'll remember that in future. Sadly, no more teapots. I've whiffed so many teapots when I wasn't playing FGO actively at all. For like the last 7 months. I've whiffed just an unbelievable amount of bond. But I would rather have not played FGO in that period. So I don't really care. Let's see. Yeah, there's the Onger quest, but I can't do. Oh, they got a buff. Guess we should do that real quick. Might as well get the buff and grab the SQ. Yeah, I never regret, like, FOMO in video games. That shit's stupid. We could show off Lilith, but I don't really care about her very much. Probably do class neutral, though. Or maybe even Saber, that'll be interesting. Pretty good remix in the music here. What can I do here? Oh yeah, I can't do anything because of this UI. If we're fighting archers, I'm gonna have to actually give them good shit. $118 scath, missing 30 coins. Oof. Do you still have bond that you can get, or is that all used up? Chat, I would just like to point out, in the Lilith fight, Ku made that so easy. Like, between Ku and MASH, he was not dying, like no shot, and then he's obviously leveled up and all that, so he's strong, and then counterclass is Berserker, but then he's got the passive against Berserker. And like, and so in that video, I could have done way better. I just didn't know. What I had done in that video is I had started the Lilith fight and broken a few of her health bars, and then I just reset the stage, and then I did the video. I didn't know about Galahad joining, right? You can actually tell because it takes me a few turns to like adjust to the fact that he's counterattacking, and not the way that he's counterattacking, but that when he attacks you, he removes a buff. And then because the counterattack also applies that, like you can kind of tell it took me a second to get that right. Because I had no idea Galahad was going to be a thing. But anyway, if I had known how that stage was and like just how much value I had left over, I would have played more aggro and killed Lilith even faster. Mash doesn't make everyone immortal by any means, but she, like you can absolutely die. And like Asclepius did die, and if Ku wasn't Ku, he would have died too, actually. But if anything, I should have let some of my units cycle to bring in like more buffs and stuff. But like if you're doing Mash and low stars, you're probably gonna have people die, especially if you don't have Ku specifically. Like Ku is just so broken. Like if that was like any other 3-star damage dealer, they both would have died. Like Mash is good, but she is not nearly that good to keep everyone alive. She can keep herself alive decently well, but even she can die. Like if you just like keep trying to zerg down Galahad, he will kill Mash pretty quick. That's why you have to like space out, and you have to let the other units eat some of the counterattacks. Otherwise, he'll just remove all of Mash's buffs and just punch the shit out of her, and she's dead. Like if you're using like a bunch of 5 stars, then it's not gonna be a problem. But yeah, with low stars, you absolutely can get obliterated there. I don't know what to use here. When in doubt. Honestly, Star Bomb on his art cards is pretty good with the way he plays. Can we have Ort back? He was already Grand Foreigner, so just let us make him Grand Foreigner on our side. It'll be great. Make it a story thing in the finale. Honestly, it's not even that hard to figure out how you could summon Ort. It just has to be that it's in his best interest for survival, because that's like his whole shtick is survive at all costs. And if like something's gonna happen, right, where if he doesn't help you, then he's not gonna survive, then he would probably take the summon, so. But yeah, I don't think they will use Ord again for a long time. And I wouldn't either. The only thing I would do with him is maybe make him playable. I'm always an advocate, like, just make things playable. Like, who gives a shit? You don't have to use him in the story or any of that. Like, especially because a lot of this stuff that they've added over time is so fucking contrived and ridiculous and absurd that it just doesn't matter anymore. Like, just so much crap that is playable is complete bullshit. So I'm just like, just add the stuff for fun then. Like, we already jumped the shark. I love them saying we can't summon an angel, but we can summon gods. It's great. Game makes a lot of sense. And then you end up summoning an angel anyways, just with extra steps. And those extra steps are the exact same steps to summon a god. So why are angels equivalent to gods now? But then Valkyries aren't. Like, just what is going on here? Well, rip heal. I actually forgot what Arthur's bonus class damage is. It's probably Saber. But, Yeah, I don't remember. You know, they really should give somebody bonus damage to their counter class. And I don't mean like Stheno countering Rider. I mean like have a Saber counter Archer. I think that'd be really funny. Obviously, there's a lot of problems with that, but if you're an AoE unit, right, and you fight a bunch of different classes, and then one of them happens to be your counter class, so normally it'd be bad. It's like, okay, well, it's less bad. That'd be kind of neat. Oh yeah, they buffed his third skill. Good shit. I was doing a really silly combo there because I just wanted to make stars and stuff, and I didn't think it would matter. It fucking mattered. What servant should I 120? I mean, it depends on like how much you like. There's no way to answer that, right? Because it's completely based on who you have, who you like, how much you value who you like versus gameplay, or is it like a middle ground thing? And then like if it is gameplay, then like, you know, what does your account need, right? So there's just like, there's no way to answer this. You have to give like a lot of information to be able to have advice. Like if you know, if you want to like show your roster, then I'm happy to give, you know, advice and stuff. But then I need to know, like, you know, how much do you value gameplay? How much do you value practicality, you know, or the characters? Okay, I guess we just do the old tried and true. The thing is, they don't say they're equal to... Why did I do less damage with a higher damage combo? Anyway, they have an angel being not equivalent to a lower tier god. They have an angel in its weakened form, right? They say it's weakened because the vessel's not very, you know, isn't good enough. Like you can't summon them properly. So an angel in its weakened form is equivalent to Tiamat, who is not a lesser god, right? It'd be one thing if we're talking about like some really obscure god or something, but like, well, actually, that shouldn't even matter when you go by what they've talked about, what makes them powerful and whatnot. But anyway, it's Tiamat who they've said is stronger than the other gods. They've said she's a primordial deity, and they just flat out said primordial deities are stronger than gods. And an angel is somehow and so like, also, it just makes so little sense because, first off, no offense, but Metatron is a very unknown angel. Okay, let's not get this shit twisted, right? This isn't like, because they're not in the Bible, right? And I'm not like hating on Jewish stuff. It's just it's blatantly not nearly as widespread, not even close, like not even slightly close. And then also generally they say the older it is, the stronger it is, because that's the closer to the Age of Mystery, right? The closer it is to Age of Mystery, when that stuff is more powerful, it's stronger, right? Now, with gods and stuff, you know, the more things that worship it can also make it stronger, but that's not always the case. Like with Tiamat, no one worships Tiamat anymore, but she's still ridiculously strong because she's like a foundational god, right? Most of the other gods are derivative of Tiamat, and that's just a fact, right? Like most religions and stuff are derivative of the Sumerian stuff. So that's why they made Tiamat stronger, right? Where the newer stuff can not always, but can have more worshippers. They're farther away from the Age of Mystery, right? So it just makes no sense. And then with Metatron especially, they're far away from the Age of Mystery. Not a god in the first place, right? It's a minion, and then not a, you know, nearly as popular religion as a lot of the other stuff, right? So it just, no logic. Like they're completely breaking the rules they've set. And look, I'm telling you, it's not hard to figure this shit out, right? There's no point in jumping through hoops here. The reason they did this is because Nasu wanted us to have to like put up with the trial, right? They wanted us to have to respect Metatron and not be able to strong armor and just get out of the situation, right? So they just wanted to up jump Metatron to be this crazy strong thing. So we just have to put up with the situation, right? And so she gets to judge us and all this bullshit. It's stupid, right? She's a fucking angel, right? And a really fucking niche one. This is nonsense. And then they break the trial anyway with Lilith, right? So it's just like, what the hell are we doing here? Like it is there. I don't think there's any excuse for making angels stronger than most, and like significantly stronger than the deities, right? Because Tiamat is quite a bit stronger than most of the other deities that they've shown, and they say Metatron is tied with Tiamat. I mean, that's absurd. That's absurd, right? Like that is just like it took all the other deities teaming up on Tiamat to beat her, right? And she's you know, most religions are derivative of Tiamat in one way or another, right? Thus, which is, you know, they respected that and made Tiamat a lot stronger than the other deities, right? And then they just disrespect that and be like, oh yeah, but an angel's just as strong, right? Like, what? And again, it's a really unknown angel, so imagine if it was like, you know, Gabriel or some shit like that, like one of the more known ones. It'd be fucking ridiculous. And they're just as strong as Tiamat in their weakened form, right? Like that is so unbelievable, right? Like they do plenty of dumb shit in Fate that's like hard to buy, but that is just on like such a ridiculous bullshit level. Like, there's no internal consent. Fucking that snake, dude, just would not die. I was trying so hard to not get like this giant value down that we just got. And what's messed up is we might not kill this one if I don't cast anything. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to do it. I swear to God. We've got 20, 30, 40, and I think only one of them needs to crit. There you go. I'll take the double though. I think we actually we could have gotten away with one crit, but it would needed to be the Buster, I think. $210. Can we just fight a very large enemy at the end of this? That seems okay to me. And like, there are so many ways they could have... Actually, okay, I'm just gonna say it. They shouldn't have done the whole OC thing, period, right? So the whole like Metatron judging his thing, it's just stupid. I don't think there's any way to make it logical with the story up to this point. But if you're going to do it, which you shouldn't, but if you're going to do it, the way they should have like made us have to play along and get strong armed and all this is they could have just used more. Oh, hey, it's very large. They could have just used more than one angel, right? Like they could have had, you know, a lot of the angels get summoned, which would be cool anyway, right? And like that's a much better way of doing it. Or even have God fucking like you know, power up Metatron or something, right? There's several things they could have done. Okay, I don't have my NP, but I hate that I can't do double buster, but the crit spread was too fucked up. Ooh, that's pretty good for hitting an archer. Okay, watch this buff removal. Oh, hey. I think he was actually sealing. Okay, there's buff block, but I don't even care. Get fucked, nerd! That felt good. Are we getting Galahad for anniversary? We have no idea. It's possible we're not getting him at all, but I would hope that we are. And if we are, there's really no telling when they're gonna do it. They could do it for anniversary. They could do it for the finale. They could just randomly do it because they've done shit like that where we thought something was gonna get hyped up and then it really didn't. Maybe it's gonna be in 3.0. I mean, just who knows. Anniversary is certainly possible, though. I think it's now. This is one of those things where I'm not saying this specifically can happen, but I think, well, it can happen, but I'm not saying this is going to happen. But I think something like this definitely could happen. The 10th anniversary, they're going to do something abnormal, right? They're just like obviously, right? Because they do weird things for the anniversary all the time, like adding the bronzes, for example. And because it's the 10th anniversary, they're going to do something abnormal. That doesn't mean it's going to be good, but they're going to do something abnormal. So it could be the anniversary is God knows who, but then they also give out Galahad to the entire player base for free, right? That's not crazy. I don't think that's even slightly crazy. Now, that doesn't mean that's exactly what they're going to do. It could be Galahad's the anniversary, and they do some other bullshit thing, and they add a new system, or they add new bronzes, or some other character. But like Galahad being free isn't very weird because it's Galahad and he's a shielder. And I think one way to make him not step on Mash's toes so much is him also being free, right? Like you don't have to roll, like, because I don't think they want to do like, oh, you have to roll on it and it's better than Mash. They don't want to do that. They're like, hey, it's just another free shielder just like Mash. So then people don't really care. Yeah, they could do 150 and all that stuff. But yeah, they're going to do something abnormal, obviously. And I think giving out like something popular or just something kind of hype or whatever just for free to everybody, I don't think that's out of the question at all. And I think Galahad's kind of right in that popularity area where they'd be willing to do that. Like he's popular, but he's not that popular, right? So I don't think that's a stretch. Now, I don't think it's a stretch to also say that they won't do that and they'll do something else, right? I think both of these things are very reasonable, and because there's so many other things they could do, right, it's probably more likely that it's some other thing. But it is definitely, I think, a possibility that Galahad's going to be free. And hell, they might, like I said, they might do something free that's just someone else, right? Like there might be some other character, like Ogla or something, right? She could be free. And there's just so many possibilities with the anniversary. So I'm sure they'll find a way to disappoint us. Okay, now we're fighting Archer and Lancer. Kind of odd combo. Yikes. I always forget she exists. They could do story replay at the 10th anniversary, but I think they're more likely to do memorial quests again. And if they ever do story replay, it'll be some random time after 2.0 is over. I think they're just really on about that. Holy fuck. Black Grail, though? Why Black Grail? That is so specific. I don't know if that's going to work out. We're going to take a hell of a lot of damage here. Good opening hand. Oh wait, no. I thought that was one of her cards. It's because the hair is similar in this context. George, please. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna grail George to 100 and make him Grand Rider. I really am okay with that. Like, I wouldn't mind Canis, but she's not Bond 10, so... And then George's Bond CE is good. What is going on today? Why do my command spells keep coming back? Did they change these? Do you just get like 3 every battle now? What is happening? Oh my god, he gets the buff because he's the Lancer tree because of coup. That's really funny. Yeah, I have no idea why my command spells keep coming back. I don't know what's going on here.
いいさ。
計算では次のフォームが効果大。
Leo would make such a sick Grand Lancer. Why doesn't he have an animation update? Dude, he's so cool, dude. Can you crit? This is some very dramatic music right now. Yeah, that defense buff though.
あいよ。いいさ。狙い。
Letting them have it.
脳天一撃そうだよ。
Did they have the archer class tree? Yeah, maybe that one fight they didn't count. That could be. Because they could steal them, yeah. That might be it. I mean, surely I can get away with putting quick glass. Just trying to make some random stars here. Alright, let's see what we got. We don't really need to do these skills, though. We'll hold on to it.
じゃあ遠慮なく2つ使うとするか。へいへい。
She is really cool. She's one of the cooler
伸びない。
new additions to free to play.
その脳天今度という今度こそ吹き飛ばしてやる。よし、仕留めだ。
230 at neutral. Pretty sick.
色即是空無理。
And we didn't use her big damage buff either. Ouch. Although we do have Black Grail, so there is that. Oh, because her Buster's multi-hit, I should probably be putting the Buster second. It wasn't like I was in any risk of the NP gain failing. That's gonna be tough, because that's a Lancer. Also, they look incredibly stupid. Oh boy. BBB time. Let's see it. Oh yeah, Theseus. That's another awesome low star edition. Damn. 132 on a Lancer. All right. Holy shit. Well now. Not as rough as I was thinking. We're gonna need to like triple this boss's health. Didn't even get a turn. 58 stars, by the way. Boy, that's some crap loot right there. Yeah, with her buff, pretty good. Let's see. Whoops. Don't even know what I clicked. Luvia. There's probably not going to be any evil here, but where the fuck is she? There we go. I don't even know what that is. Dead, by the way. Well, it's got art up. Look, I like Kadok way better than all the other, like, human fuckers. But hey, they pretty much confirmed if we don't suck, he's gonna come back, so... Just don't suck, chat, and it'll be fine. 45k at neutral, that's a decent chunk. Who killed my goat? He kind of killed himself, unfortunately. Yeah, he doesn't die in a fight or anything. He dies summoning Anastasia again, essentially. Did he have a cool death? Kind of, but it would have been so much cooler if it wasn't an OC4 and he summoned Anastasia to like do something cool, like she's got the right toolkit to fight, you know, one of the baddies, and Anastasia takes out the baddie. That would have been so much cooler. Or, and like the coolest thing that it could have been, which it wasn't, but this is what they could have done, was like you summon Anastasia there and she's able to like run Metatron's trial, like with her castle NP or some nonsense, and then we get out of the trial that way. But yeah, he literally dies to summon Anastasia again just to have her testify in the trial that they are the ones that attacked Chaldia at the start of the story. That's it. It's lame, dude. The trial is lame. It's so contrived. It's actually cringe, right? Like trying to make it like we just fought Ort, and now we're in magic trial, right? With attorneys and it's so stupid. Like, and Kadok dies in a trial, right? Like, it's just silly. Like, just if it was something, you know, if literally if like Kadok summoned Anastasia to like fend off Ort, right? That'd have been way better. And they could have done that, by the way, because there was nothing in the OCs matter, right? So having like, you know, Kadok, you know, burn his life to summon Anastasia again, and then they both die but slow Ort down, you know, that's cool, right? Or fight some other bad guy, like maybe one of the side villains, and they kill that side villain, but they die, you know, whatever. Do something more meaningful than this crap. And like ideally, right, like in Lost, and when I say Lost Belt 6 or 5, I don't mean like literally the Lost Belt 5 or 6 that we got. I'm kind of like theorizing in a version of the story that's not as stupid, right, where we don't have the OCs and all that. But you have like maybe a side antagonist in like Lost Belt 6 or 7 or 5, whatever, right? You have a side antagonist that's written well, and that antagonist is going through the story and doing stuff, and maybe they're a foil or a parallel to Kadok or something, right? Or to some other character, right? They don't have to be directly related to Kadok. It can be kind of cool when you have like the anti-Mash, for example. Let's say Lilith, right? So let's say Lilith is in maybe 2 Lost Belts, right? Maybe she's in like Lost Belt 4 and 5, right? So you're building that character up, and she's like the anti-Mash. But then you have a big showdown at the end between Anastasia and Kadok and Lilith, right? And that's when Kadok dies, but that gets rid of Lilith, right? That's way cooler. That's so much fucking cooler than we made up a story and we contrived the reason to have like Fate Phoenix Wright and Kadok is gonna die to get testimony. Like it's like am I wrong? Like I feel like it's just lame, right? It'd be so much cooler if they did. And like it's same for Mash, right? All the stuff with Mash and Galahad and her turning into a different pseudo class, kind of that whole bullshit, that's fine, but like you need to do it in a more meaningful way, right? That should have climaxed in like Lost Belt 6, for example, because it was semi-Camelot related, right? So you could have like learned about Galahad more clear cut, you know, in the earlier stories, and they kind of built up to that and have it end in Lost Belt 6 where that all comes to a head, right? That's way better, right? That's way fucking better. Instead of like doing it all at once out of nowhere in a random story that has nothing to do with anything, right? Like that's such a waste of all the MASH Galahad stuff. Because that part of it, like, I'm not even a MASH fan, but it's like that part of the story was at least engaging because it like there was a lot of build up to it. Everyone's kind of been wondering what's been going on there and how it was going to play out and stuff. So it's nice to have that finally happen, but having it take place in such a filler story just feels so wasteful. The OCs are pretty lame, and I'm just gonna say it. They were far too sparse of like giving us important information throughout the Lost Belts, right? It feels really lame when they hold out information for so long, and it feels really contrived and like forced. We're not learning anything, and the characters are being so vague and bullshit. And then when you finally learn it, it's in some filler bullshit plot and happens way too fast. It's just like, holy fuck, can you guys pace anything? Right? Because they just do this, right? Where like they basically have a bunch of stories that don't matter even in the Lost Belts, and then it's like, okay, now it's serious time for 5 minutes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, look at 6.5, right? Where it's a story that doesn't matter at all, but then you have the Sherlock stuff kind of on its own, right? And it's just like, the fuck, right? Like it's just weird, right? They just spend so much time with like these contrived plots that do not fucking matter. And then they try to like info dump real fast for something we've been waiting on for like 8 years, right? Like, how about you spread this out, huh? Yeah, and when you say horribly slow, that's not even enough, right? I'm gonna remind everyone, chat. I'm gonna make everyone feel old. We've been in the OCs for 2 years. Chat, like, let that sink in. We've been in these stupid OCs for 2 fucking years. You only get to live for like 80 of those, chat. Right, and we've been in 2 of them for OC. Like, you know, thank God there are other things to do in life because this shit ain't it. That's, by the way, that's why I haven't been playing FGO, right? Like for these last 2 years, I've really just been like, fuck this game, because like there's just so much better shit to do, both in real life and in other video games, right? It's not worth it. Yeah, we used to get like a bunch of chapters every year, and now it's just like nothing. Even Arknights, I think, goes a little slow, but and Arknights is just like Arknights is too gun shy to really delve into some of the plot points they're always dangling in front of us, right? Like the Black Snake stuff, the demon stuff, a lot of the other nations really, they're like afraid to like, okay, let's really get into this, because they're like, well, what if we don't have anything left? But the thing is, you should be constantly moving the story, and as you burn up one mystery, you can introduce other stuff. Because I don't think Arknights has such a big world. It's honestly way bigger than Fate's, even though Fate has all of human history and mythology, but they use it in such a shallow way these days that they don't have a lot. But Arknights has all these established countries and stuff that they're in no danger of running out of anything. Like they pretty organically will have new characters and new factions and changes to factions happening that will kind of always give them ammo, so they don't have to worry about it. There's no problem if they like have a definitive ending to like the Seaborn or the Black Snake or any of that stuff, right? They are way too gun shy. They have a universe that they built that is very good at just moving and not having like issues with using up stuff, but then they don't use up stuff, right? It's super weird. You know, she might actually be evil. Okay, who fucking cares about battery right now? It's killing time. Actually, I kind of want to kill the snake more, but if she's evil, then that's kind of better. Another thing about early at 400k to a Lancer. No Black Grail. Okay. That was definitely more damage than I was expecting. And we looped, by the way. And we made 50 stars. So we can do it again. What a unit. God help them if they're BB. Yeah, part 1 of Arknights, though, I do think was a little bit better about just kind of getting through stuff and, like, using up plot points. And then as the universe got expanded, they just started being really gun-shy about, like, exhausting plot points. I think Fate kind of has that problem, too. That's why they'll hold on to... The thing about, like, FGO is, though, is they'll have a pretty simplistic mystery that they'll hold on to for, like, 4 years. Right? It's like, just don't do that. Like, just... It's a waste. It's such a waste. And the pacing has just been bad. Nothing about the 2.0 story is worth it going on for, like, 9 years or whatever the fuck. No, just, like, 8 years. But it's just, it's not, there's not enough there. It is not, it's an okay story, but it's not an 8-year story. It's not. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I know it's like, it's not 8 years yet, but it's going to be 8 years by the time it's done, so. I mean, it might be more, we'll see, you know. Just because we get to Antarctica doesn't mean it's actually gonna be done, we'll see. I mean, it's like, Agravain was first introduced in Camelot, and he was mentioned long before that, so... Because he was mentioned in, like, Fate Extra, or Fate Hollow, excuse me. So, he was just as valid to get added as Gwaine was. So it's really more than 8 years. Because, it's not like Camelot was their first opportunity to add anything from Camelot, because they added stuff from Camelot before Camelot, right? So he could have been added since the beginning, really. Yeah, it's not clear what's going on with Fuyuki, because that's another one, right? Fuyuki has been mentioned so many times. It's in the opening. They even said I'll at least give them this. It's not like they made it up. Right, in 1.0, right, like very early in 1.0, they mentioned the fact that Guadia didn't make the Fuyuki Singularity, right? He made the other ones, but he didn't make that one, and it wasn't closing, and, you know, like, there's always been weird shit going on there from the beginning. But we've waited so long, it's like, most people are gonna have forgotten about that. But, you know, they'll mention it again in, like, Archer's interlude and Angra's interlude, and, like, they do some, you know, hints here and there. And you got the Valentine's event with Kodamine and Angra and all that. But, like, holy shit, it's been so long. Like, if it's the finale, then I guess it's fine. Although it shouldn't have taken this long to get to the finale. But, because it is possible that the finale is not just going to be on Antarctica. You might go back to the Fuyuki Singularity. You know, what will be lame? Oh, God, please don't do this. Chat, let me know if you think this is lame, because I do. What if all this Fuyuki mystery bullshit... It's just like a 0.5 event, right? Like there's just like some bullshit 0.5 event that happens before Antarctica, that's, you know, mostly self-contained bullshit in Fuyuki, and then it's just back to that would not be satisfying. That does sound like what they would do, because they've done that multiple times already, but that does not sound great to me. I would really hope Ogla's not Fuyuki. Oh, God, they might do that. Because she died in Fuyuki. Oh, God. Oh, God, why did you say that? That makes way too much sense. Yeah, I know. They literally killed Kadok off in filler. So. Also, they need to finish Arthur's storyline. Because that's bullshit if that happens in 3.0. Because 3.0, like they even said, might not even be connected to 1.0. That makes no sense, right? That was the whole reason he got summoned by, like, our character specifically and all this nonsense. And, you know, they hint at it every time they use Arthur, but they don't do it. That is one of the oldest plot points ever, by the way. I don't think they forgot, because they do mention it in the Nero event when she's a beast, because they're like, yeah, it's not her, right? So they did mention it, so they did not forget. But yeah, it's ridiculous they haven't done that. I don't even know why they haven't. They should have done that years ago. They should have done a prototype Singularity or event That would have been a really cool setting for a Lost Belt, though. Would be the prototype world. And do Proto Q animation update, etc., etc. Add Proto Gil. Finally have the beast. And then buff Arthur's NP. That'd be great. Arthur random summer event incoming. Yeah, at this point, they might just save it for 3.0, but I just think that's such a mistake because that won't be very consistent with all the other stuff they had said. Also, it would really limit them because they've said that, you know, they hadn't decided if they were going to make 3.0 completely new on its own story or if it was going to be connected to 1.0 and 2.0. And I'm very much in the camp that it needs to be brand new on its own. And so then you shouldn't have ties like Arthur's stuff. Well, this guy's getting fucked. Although she doesn't have a bond CE and all that. Or ACE, excuse me. Yeah, we might get an ordeal call 4.5. I could see that. So, I've talked about how gorillas get overly gassed up before the meme, right? But it is funny that meme is going on right now. And I actually just saw a gorilla expert like talking about this. It's like a gorilla would not have any chance against 100 humans. Like, not even close. People are incredibly stupid about this, by the way. About a lot of primates. First off, gorilla is not the strongest primate at all, right? They're kind of paper tigers. They are not as strong as they look. Like, not at all. They've gotten bodied by so many stupid animals that it's like, you've got to be kidding me. And they are about 3 times stronger than the average human male. Now, that's impressive. Don't get me wrong. That's like, are you stronger than the average, 3 times stronger than the average human male? Probably not. But for example, like the world's strongest man is like 10 times stronger than an average human male, right? Like it's not like a human can absolutely defeat a gorilla if they're, you know, they have to be in a very, very, very exceptional human, obviously, that like trains and all that kind of shit. And also, gorillas are stupid. I'm sorry. Look, I love gorillas. I'm not hating. They are not smart. Like, they don't know how, like, if you get in, like you're locked up in, like, a clinch or something, they don't know what to do, right? They don't have a strategy here, right? So the only issue humans have, and this is an issue, right? And this is where, like, training comes in. Humans, especially modern humans, because we're not used to, like, being out in the wilderness, freak out. Right, and so we can be very smart and have good tactics and all these things and know how to use like our bodies optimally, where a gorilla abso-fucking-lutely does not. But if we panic, we won't use that stuff, right? Where gorillas, although very, very unoptimal with like their movements and having any idea like what to do in an actual fight, they don't panic generally. I mean, they can panic, but they generally don't. And so that's a disadvantage for humans, but that humans can get over that. If you have a human that's training and whatnot, they can get over that, where you really can't get a gorilla to understand a fucking uppercut. But yeah, like, look, gorillas are, you know, not something you want to mess with, but there are way worse animals to have to fight than a gorilla. Like, you can beat a gorilla, right? If you're an in like good shape dude, right, and you don't panic, a human can fend off a gorilla. But Kodiak bear? No, right? That's not happening. You know, there are quite a few, and this is how like ridiculous this whole thing is, right? Like, this is how gassed up gorillas are. People have often thought this is like a battle of the ages that like needs to be talked about. Is a bear, not a gorilla, a grizzly bear versus a gorilla. Like that's a fight. That's not a fight. That's an execution, right? This is not like some epic battle of the titans, right? The bear is going to absolutely destroy the gorilla, okay? Like, not even close. And that's just a grizzly, right? Kodiak is so much worse than a grizzly. Yeah, I have no idea how primates have gotten so gassed up. I think it's because people hear things like a gorilla is 3 times stronger than the average human man, and they're like, oh my god, that's insane. And it is, but then you realize that humans can get even stronger than that. Now, to be fair to the gorilla, if the gorillas had the intelligence and the metabolism, they don't really actually have the metabolism to support some of this, but if they had the intelligence to eat a diet, right, to like optimize their body strength and all these things, and they could exercise, right, in a very optimal way like humans can to like really super optimize their strength and ability and stuff, they could be far more than 3 times stronger than the average human male, right? Because, for example, a world's strongest man or an MMA fighter who is, you know, more than 3 times stronger than the average human, they're doing extreme things and that require extreme intelligence to like optimize their growth to do that, right? So if a gorilla was able to do that, they would be far, far, far stronger than what a human could do, right? Like so much more, but they don't really have that kind of intelligence. But even bears don't want to fight 100 humans. You really don't want to fight 100 of anything, especially if those 100 things are brave. It's weird that a lot of people don't get this, and they even like you see a lot of people on the internet like siding with a bear versus 100 humans or a gorilla versus. They don't have a. They're fucked, right? Have you seen ants? Right, like there's numbers are OP as fuck, right? Because you can like it's pretty hopeless, right? If you're fighting 100 of just about anything, it's pretty fucking hopeless for you. You're like, there's a reason why lions get out of the way of ants, for God's sakes, right? Like, you do not want to fuck with this shit. And yeah, humans are strong enough, and because of our intelligence, we can use our abilities a lot better than most species. 100 humans is horrifying. And I don't know why people are like so anti-human and they undersell our ability. Why do people think we are the dominant species? It's not because of machine guns. We were the dominant species way before machine guns, right? We don't need advanced technology to make every species on this planet our bitch, right? There is no species on planet Earth that has any chance against humans. They're all hopeless. What? They're orcas, very intelligent, right? One of the more intelligent things on planet Earth. Have never, this is crazy, this is so rare, they have never attacked humans in the wild. Not once, right? Almost every other thing on the planet, like kangaroos have attacked humans, right? Like almost every species on planet Earth has attacked humans in the wild. Orcas, which are incredibly intelligent, have never attacked humans ever, right? They only attack humans in captivity because they go, berserk because they've lost, their faculties because they shouldn't be in captivity, obviously, which that's a whole other thing. But they've obviously evolved to not fuck with humans in any capacity because it's a terrible fucking idea, right? And most species that evolved anywhere around humans are like that. They learn, don't do anything to humans because it'll end very badly. Orcas sometimes will like get confused by a boat and like ram into a boat and stuff, but they don't ever like really attack a boat and like keep going after it. They don't do that, and they never go after the humans. There are zero instances of orcas like deboating people and attacking the humans or anything. That never happens. That never ever happens. And with how much time has gone by and how every other species has done that to humans, it just shows that they're smart enough that they've learned, that's a terrible idea. That's not, because orcas are assholes, by the way. They're way more aggressive than most things in the sea. Like, they make sharks look like saints, right? Like, they are giant fucking aggressive they're like the bully in school that goes way too far, right? Like that's orcas, but the one thing they don't do that to is humans. They're like, yep, nope, Jaws gave sharks a bad rep. Well, the thing about sharks is their existence seems rather sad to me when, like, the more we've learned about them, when they're not hungry, right? Which, wild animals often are hungry. But when sharks aren't hungry and, like, they are well fed and all that kind of stuff, they act like dogs, right? Like, unironically. Now don't go try to pet a shark. Do not fucking do that, because it's probably going to be hungry and not conditioned to be around humans and all kinds of things. But, like, they like attention. They like very much like attention in a way that a dog likes attention. And again, don't fuck with sharks in the wild. But the few times that like sharks have gotten really accustomed to like humans or a specific human, they act like shark. I mean, or like dogs, right? They literally like want attention from the human, right? And they're very curious. Even not just with humans. You see this with sharks. They're like crazy curious, and they like learning what things are and like poking things and like. But the problem is they're predators and they need meat, right? So even though their like natural behavior is actually pretty chill and like curious, their biology will like turn on and put them in eat mode, and they become, you know, very vicious and brutal. Because that's what is required for them not to starve to death, right? So their existence seems pretty sad to me when you see that like their natural behavior and like, you know, mind what it wants to do, and then there's like this trigger in their mind that makes them like super nom 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 mode that they don't really have any control over. Now some sharks are more brutal than others even without the nom nom mode, like bull sharks / zombiesies, right? You know, they're a lot more willing to just chomp. But yeah, sharks are not really assholes. They're actually pretty chill for the most part. Now, you got to be really careful, and you got to not, you know, piss them off and stuff like that. So you should always, you know, respect their face and that kind of thing. But, yeah, orcas are assholes, man. The orcas are the dicks. They are infinitely more vicious than sharks. And they do actually sadistic things. Like, they will, like, torture their prey before killing it and stuff like that. Like, it's fucking wild. Let's see. What do we have to do here? "392-year-old Greenland shark in the Arctic." Oh, God. That poor guy. There are so many free quests I haven't done. Like, they've just introduced a lot of these stages, and I just have not done them. It sucks the first time you want to do it. I think you still have to use a capsule. I really think they should get rid of that. That's why. It's not worth using a capsule. We got all the free quests and the stories, and we need to do Lost Belt 3 on the alt account so they can do the finale at some point. But God, I don't want to do that. Let's go play some Arknights or something. Holy fuck, though. There is so much SQ that I could collect right now. I think we showed off enough MASH. Although we do need to do a stage that's much harder. Because we've actually never... like that solo stage we did, that didn't push her. We need a stage that, like, she might lose. Because then you can really see how much value she has. So we need to do something quite tough. There's some advanced quests that like she's absolutely not supposed to do that if she could do would be very impressive. There's obviously Lobo. That's decent. Yeah, let's at least do Lobo real quick. That's a pretty solid testing ground. The evade is very bad for her though, but it always is. But yeah, we'll do Arknights after that. I do think MASH, though, is just such a boon to free-to-play. Although, I don't think she's quite as good as people think, though. I really... Especially for free-to-play, right? She's got synergy with OP shit like Castoria and all that. But, like, the way her second skill works is so unbelievably awkward that... there are a lot of challenge quests where it's bad. Because there are going to be challenge quests where you do not give a fuck about MASH's gun, right? Like, you don't want that at all. You need to live, right? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about when you're in that boss fight. And the thing is, a lot of fights, MASH won't be a great damage dealer. She'll be okay, but she's not going to be a very good pick for, like, your main damage dealer. So she's way more of a support, obviously. Right? So you're going to have someone else that's the damage dealer. That's fine. The other damage dealer is good enough, right? They're not having a problem fulfilling the role as damage dealer, right? So why the hell do you need MASH's gun? Because yeah, I've already seen a lot of times where Mash is switcheroo nonsense is super negative, like crazy bad for the team. And again, and that's in situations where I didn't really have another damage dealer. So if I have a dedicated damage dealer, let's say I'm fighting an archer, so I'm using Ku obviously as my damage dealer, or Enkidu or something like that, I don't need Mash to shoot her gun. I don't need that at all. It's useless, right? I need to fucking live. And if you have one of these fights where the boss stage is just like, oh god, send help, like, I don't know, Fluffy, like, imagine caring about Mash's gun against Fluffy, right? Especially if you don't have, like, it's one thing to care if you've got, like, Castorian and, like, your own Merlin and crap like that. But if you don't have those things, you don't want to do that, right? You want to do the defense NP again. All right, let me do command codes here. My favorite thing to do. Like, I will say, Mash's gun, though, is good if you need it. It's just, it's very easy to get to the point where you don't need it, right? Someone else is going to take care of business. You know what? I normally wouldn't bring Sure Hit for this stage, because you kind of want to see that value lost to see if the unit can deal with it. But, well, yeah, I guess that is kind of the point, isn't it? Alright, yeah, because if you take out the evade, Lobo's health isn't that high, really. Let me think. So it's Art NP and then Buster NP. The Quick is the one card you will use no matter what. So maybe put the heal on that. Because of her HP drain, I think the heal is especially important. Yeah, if Mash is 2k FO'd, that's really strong. What? Are we French now? So I'll add it later, but the emote is like stuck. It's just loading forever, and I can't get it. Chat, the fact that no one answered "we" when I said we're French now makes me sad. You guys missed the opportunity there. So heal boost maybe on Buster. No one wants to be French. True. So, I love jokes like that when they're in good faith. If someone, like, actually dislikes people from, you know, X country or what have you, and is, like, making those kind of jokes to, like, kind of passively, aggressively get that out, that sucks. That's lame. And people do that. But, like, you know, my father was Korean, and oh my god, he had some great jokes about Koreans, right? That if, you know, if I said right now, I'd probably get canceled. But some of them were great. And it's just, it's so stupid because, like, people have just become way too sensitive, right? Like, at least in my time, it was so normal that if you had, like, a group of friends from different backgrounds, you make fun of those things. And it's not serious at all, right? That's, like, the point, is it's not serious. And you can say that because you are friends. You wouldn't say that to a stranger, right? That's, like, the point. But yeah, now people just act like, yeah, how dare you say that? You don't have the right to say that, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, okay, well, no fun allowed. It is possible, though, that, you know, people will use those kind of jokes as cover to actually be an asshole, right? And, like, actually be, racist or sexist or whatever. And yeah, that's bad. But you just have to make a judgment call at that kind of stuff. If you think someone's doing something in bad faith, then don't associate with that person. There you go. Okay, getting rid of a defense buff, though, is not a bad thing in this fight. And, like, the French and the English, like, you know, having historically, you know, went to war so much with each other. And, like, no joke, the arms race between the French and the English shaped the world. I think it's one of the absolute most impactful things on planet Earth. because they developed their arms race between them from all this war, put them ahead of the globe in terms of technology. Like even in medieval times, they were just so far ahead of everyone else, and that led to them, you know, conquering a lot of the world and influencing culture and everything in such a dramatic way. And there's a lot of, you know, negative to that, obviously, but there's just no way around it that like that rivalry between specifically France and England is the most impactful thing on Earth. It's crazy how impactful it's been. You know, it's shaped so much. I mean, it completely shaped America and so much other stuff. And then I think it's hilarious and such a good way to like continue that is just with like jokes now. They don't murder each other anymore. You know, France and England really are not on that kind of situation where they have really any desire to go to like actual war with each other anymore, but they'll take the piss out of each other, right? And like, you know, jokes and whatnot. That's great. I think it's such a great way to handle that, right? And watching everyone get all like stupid about this stuff and offended and all that, I just nonsense. Because you have to get that kind of shit out of your system one way or another, and that's like a much healthier way of dealing with it than a lot of other stuff out there. Oh man, I need to update my troll list. Like so much things have been added. I can definitely. I'm so happy with this one though. The Boudica one is just like chef's kiss. Like that one is really good. And this one's really good too. I don't even know why I did that one. I feel like that used to be something else, and this might even be a mistake. I can't think of why. Oh, no, I got it. Oh, I know why. No, that's definitely on purpose. That's actually a good one, because that's Lobo running, right? And she's a cat, so run for your life. Yeah, this one's like almost good, but it's not. This one is just because like he's so not a bruiser, but I could probably do better than that one now. Oh boy, that's dark. But yes, I think like these three, well, maybe not that. These two can probably be improved on. We'll see. I'll have to mess around with this. This one's the best though. This is absolutely peak. The fact that exists, because it's not a Bond CE, it's a Valentine's CE. Okay, her Bond CE is probably her best CE for soloing, but I don't have it. I'm close, but I don't actually have it. Alright, I gotta get the ult count here. God, I do not want to do... I have to do OC3 again, and I have to do OC4 again. If I want to do the finale on my ult. Which I do, because, like, it was... Did you guys see, like, how impossible it was streaming and making videos? Like, that just doesn't work at all. Like, there's no way. There's no way to, like, share their story experience and actually make videos. Now, if we had story replay, I wouldn't have to worry about this. Because if we had story replay, I would just play through the story quickly on stream and then go back and make videos. You know, that would be great. The lack of story replay is its own content creator ban. Well, most content creators just do one or the other. They just stream or make videos, right? And then, or one is like very secondary, right? Like, it's like, and also what a lot of people do is they'll stream the main story, they make videos for like things that get clicks. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but this is what they do. Like, don't lie to me. You know, they'll make the videos about, you know, showing off the new unit, or, you know, farming and like trying to scare people, like, oh man, make sure you don't miss this about the new OC quests and, you know, all that bullshit. It's stupid, right? It's dumb shit. But that's what a lot of them do, is they'll just stream the story and then they'll just make videos for like its views. And then some people only make videos. There's quite a few content creators that do not stream, right? And they just make videos. And they'll like rush through the story to get to the part that, you know, they think will get views, like showing off MASH right away, or, you know, whatever new unit, or some crazy boss at the very end, or, you know, that kind of shit. You know, it's not really about enjoying the story, for God's sakes. Which, you know, they don't have to. They can enjoy the game however they want. But, like, for me, I like making videos for, like, the music and, like, enjoying the story and being able to remember that fight and, you know, and then having fun with the low stars or my favorite characters. And then I like streaming for, like, sharing the experience with chat and, like, you know, talking about it as we go. I really wish I was able to stream the end of OC4, because that would have been... Because I didn't even talk about everything here, because I can't, you know, it's kind of overlook stuff in hindsight sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna have to slog through the alt account. Man, I've only got 800 SQ on the alt. Damn. That's kind of rough. Okay, this one. I will say, Galahad was actually pretty hype. I am sad I didn't get to stream that, because there was just a lot. Because first off, I legitimately didn't think he was going to join, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, but I think if you want to make it surprising, they did a really good job, accidentally or intentionally, because he was the master, right? And like with Wadim, you have a fight where he's the master and you fight Canis, but you know, then you fight Wadim in a different fight, right? So because Galahad was in the corner like that, I did not even entertain the idea that I was going to fight him in that stage, right? That just did not even cross my mind. And yeah, it said one wave. It didn't say 2 waves or any of that, right? So they did an awesome job of hiding it. And so I like Galahad, right? I've always liked Galahad, and I've always thought the player base was jumping the gun and being like stupid. And then, so on the one hand, yeah, the player base was indeed jumping the gun and being stupid, so that was nice. But then, you know, you actually get to see Galahad and all that, and see that was really cool. It would have been so much cooler if it was in a Lost Belt and not an OC, right? That would have been peak as fuck, right? If we had like a really good story going on, and it was like a good story in its own right, and then throughout that story, you know, you're getting like the finale of all this like Galahad match stuff, and they should have like this. I'm curious how you all feel about this, because I don't think this is like 100% correct, but I think this is the better way of doing it. They really just teased the Galahad stuff this entire time. They didn't really go into any of it for years, right? Years. And they kind of just dumped all of us on it in OC4. I would have preferred, like, through all this mystery with Galahad, we got little bits of it, right? Like, you know, somewhat earlier on, we learned, you know, why he was withholding the power, right? They could have waited a little bit on that one, but like a little bit more clarity about some of the details earlier on, I think would have been nice. And that way, when you get to the big thing, right, it's kind of just not all being dropped on you at once, right? But regardless, even if you want to drop all of it on us at once, or you wanted to, like, you know, build up to it, either way, I think it would have been better if the finale of all that was in a Lost Belt and not in an OC. I think that would have been much better. Boy. I love Ort being level 1. I love that so much, because it's so... That's not an accident, because they never do that, right? You fight like some level 1 enemies in Fuyuki, and then never again. And, you know, Ort is such a big deal, and he's one of the most hyped up, you know, behind-the-scenes characters since before FGO even existed, right? That was very intentional, right? I really liked that. I think that was pretty great. All right, we need Mash here. Who I slotted in extra? Yeah, there we go. Why? Do you have to, like, beat the story to get access to her on the support list? Because, that sucks, because I don't have this fight on my main account. Shit. Why are they like this? Yeah, I bet you have to have unlocked her yourself to see here. Also, I like how it defaults to VR Mash. Well, actually, I've got that slotted, but that's weird because it didn't even give me that one. What is going on here? Nope, that's not it. Okay, that's correct. Yeah, that's weird that it gave me VR. Because I didn't even have Special Mash slotted. I had Vanilla Mash slotted. So now I'm just confused. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they hide this, because, yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, that's one of the few times I actually kind of agree with them. I think most of the spoiler stuff they've kind of done with the support list, I think, is totally pointless and silly. But I can kind of get behind this one. I actually think that this one is a bit too much. Yeah, you can't do it. Fuck. Man, this is such a good stage for testing her out too. Fuck. I'm not sure most of the stages I can think of that would really push MASH I don't have on my main. They're on other accounts. Damn it, dude. I'm trying to think of like a stage that would be decent. I'm sure there's an advanced quest that'd be okay. Like there's like Arjuna and stuff, but I guess we'll just do fuck, I don't know, man. That sucked. Why the fuck, man? Okay, hold on. I need to get water. I've been thirsty for so long. I keep putting it off. 1 second. What are you even cheering about? Like, what are you even going Calamity Jane mode on here? Like, what the fuck? I'm walking into this. Now chat's just gonna be like, we're celebrating you not being here. No, the main doesn't have Megalos. Because obviously I did Epic of Remnant on my main. That's like the Herc account. I don't entirely remember Arjuna's gimmicks. I think there's buff removal, which is incredibly bad for her. I guess there's this. I forget the gimmicks here too, but... What the hell was this team? What on earth was I doing? Because like that's for that party is for advanced quests only. I guess Canis go Burr against something that had divinity would be my guess. Chat, I have to level another St. George. Like, I can put up with not having a second, like a non-grailed Bedivere and stuff like that. But you have to have a 65 George. Like, there's just no way around it. Doesn't he take hero proofs? I think Ku Alter would whoop her ass, but we could try it. I think he had all kinds of bullshit gimmicks. Because it's actually kind of hard for Ku to solo it off memory. And, like, Lancer is, like, special there. Because they wanted Ku to whoop Ku Alter there. Like, very obviously. I do think her ability to solo is going to skyrocket, though, if I get her Bond CE. I'm definitely making George Grand Rider, though. I can't think of a rider I think that deserves it more. And I like George a lot, and he's got an animation update, etc. And he's got a good CE. Like, hell yeah. Achilles is on the other account. Like, that account would obviously grand Achilles, no question. That account's gonna be like Grand Achilles, Grand Gilgamesh, Grand Protoku, Grand Gwaine, probably Grand Babbage. Oh, and 100 Face. Yeah, I mean, those decisions are actually way easier on that account than on my main. I think the only class I didn't name right off the top of my head there is Berserker. Let me think. Oh, Blood Axe. Yeah. Dude, actually, that's gonna be awesome. That account's grands are gonna be sick as fuck. Oh fuck, I didn't bring debuff clear. Avenger Nobu is like looking all cool and shit, but when you hit her, she just makes the goofiest noise, dude. Like she's trying to be the not like dweeb Nobu, but she's still Nobu. Holy fuck. I'm gonna be honest, I've been punched many times in my life. I not only did MMA and contact sports a lot, but I have been in actual fights, chat. I've been around the block. And I don't sound like that when I get punched. So, actually, in my experience, unless you really nail somebody, most people don't make a lot of noise when you hit them. In my experience. You know, it depends, right? Like, you know, obviously if you hit someone like in the neck or the eye or low blow or something like that, that's different. But, were you fighting dinosaurs? Maybe. Let's see. A lot of nonsense. Well, I've got my NP. I still can't do any damage this turn. I think I'm forgetting something. I'm pretty sure there's a way to just get through this. But... This really is tricky. Such a waste of so many buffs. I should have done the third skill. Yeah, Nobu's getting hit sound is so strange. I don't even know what's going on. Wow, she still slaps. I don't know why that first hit did so much more than the other two, though. You know, this would be a really good time to do my invulnerability that I now don't have access to. I'm seeing a theme here. That's definitely going to be a problem. And she didn't get her in... Oh my god. Okay, just... What the fuck? I don't think she sucks, but I do think she's very overrated. But like, I mean, just ask Lost. Like 5 minutes after acquiring her, I was ranting about how stupid the way her NP and second skill work was. So I could just instantly see so many like practical reasons why it's gonna be bad. And like, you just don't need the gun. Like, the gun is not good. Like, it's good if you are fighting an extra class, so you don't have a proper damage dealer for it, but like, that's a pretty specific circumstance. God, her UI is terrible. Like, it's so fucked up. Let's see. I mean, debuff clear is decent. I mean, what they're trying to do is make her a very defensive servant that every once in a while can throw out some big damage to help you out as like a bonus. But it eats into the defense too much. Maybe, I mean, I don't think they intended for this to be a negative. I really don't. So they might like buffer and stuff and try to sort some of this out. Because it's really obnoxious in both team play and solo. You really need to do her defensive NP. And it's very good. It's so good. You want to do it as often as possible. But every time you do it, it locks you out of doing it. And then it also locks you out of your best skill. Yeah, I know. The story version is much, much better. It's much, much, much better. I might need to bring Atlas. Yeah, I thought she was godly until I beat the story and I saw that they changed the second skill. Then I was like, okay, this is a problem. So the team cost is no problem, especially for me, because I normally use low stars, and even if I use some rare stuff, there's gonna be plenty of low stars, and so I always have team cost to burn. Now it can, I guess for farming it can be a problem, but I like how 2 turns have gone by and I have not gotten the debuff clear. But yeah, hopefully they just add a thing where you get to it's so easy to fix this, right? All you do is when you click the second skill, both skills come up and you pick which one you do. And if you click the offensive one, that turns your NP into the gun. That is so much better than what they did. This sucks because doing it right here just whiffs the battery. We got this one a lot worse than last time because we got like no cards. I should really bring a crit chance removal command code. Yeah, regular mash is very easy to double NP with, and that's very, very, very strong. The good news is regular mash got buffed, so you can still use it. And I assume they're not gonna force you to use VR mash anymore because Galahad is giving mash his power again. So there's like no reason that you shouldn't be able to. This is gonna be an awkward as fuck turn because I don't really want to do this yet. Although I don't really need to do it because of the Mystic Code. Now, that being said, I'm not in the camp that this new mash sucks. I'm not in the camp of that at all. I actually think that's so ridiculous that some people think that. And the reason is, look at her fucking passive. Like, that is so broken. I'm honestly shocked that they put that in the game. Like, her passive is actually ridiculous. Like, you can just switch, you can use the switch Mystico to bring her in from the back row, and you're getting hit by an AoE NP, and everybody lives. Right? Without having to do anything. You could be skill sealed, NP sealed, it don't matter. Like, that is unbelievably strong. And then you can follow it up right after with the second skill and shit like that. Like, she is very, very good. But some people are like, oh my god, this is the best thing of all time. It's not that good. I mean, I could double gun. I think I BB. God, I love that guy first time message saying her name's not Megatron earlier. That was amazing. Hey chat, I can double NP when the boss has 9k health left. Well, that sucks. Chat, you know what'd be amazing is if, one, if we had class card servants as playable characters. That would be so awesome. And then you could, like, customize them, like change their colors and stuff. Oh, fuck, I forgot she does that. Well... So our Bond CE would have saved us there. Anyway, yeah, class card servants be playable, mildly customizable, and you can make their name. And then I 100% would have like picked whichever one of them would have been the most effective, and I would have named them Starscream. Like, I would 1000% have done that, and that would have. So I didn't make a video for Metatron because the boss fight was kind of whatever. It wasn't that great. But you bet your ass, if we could do that, I would have named a character Starscream, and I absolutely would have made that a video, so... Unfortunately, we cannot have nice things. Okay, I would just be so shocked if she could do this stage. It is just so not designed for that. Oh, okay, this is just death. This is not gonna be it, but fuck it, we're doing it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't like the way she said Paladin there. I don't like that, chat. I'm never gonna unhear that. Shut up, Ace. I knew Ace was gonna do that. That's better. I am definitely leaning towards making her Grand Berserk. Look, I love Mori so much. You guys have no idea how much I like Mori. Like, and Ku's like this as well, so no surprise. I really like characters that have like that duality of they're actually very calm most of the time. You know, Mori's drinking tea and is quite rational and everything. But then when, you know, they get into battle, they go fucking insane, right? I love characters like that, and Mori is, you know, very much like that. And I love his voice actor. I love his armor. His gameplay is really fun, right? Just so high on my list. But like, it's Hercules, man. Like, there's never been a more deserving character.
よし
I should probably 2K foe my Hercules
外
next.
しません
That also seems correct.
まだですでは行くぞまさか
Oh, she has done this? Yeah, I guess if you just focus, well, yeah, you only have to live 12 turns. I forgot about that. So you could just, like, stall like a motherfucker. I'm more interested in seeing how much damage she can do in the meantime, though. But yeah, and oh yeah, he doesn't do berserker damage to us either. I don't know why, but I always forget shielders like that. I mean, like, all of the time. Like, when I'm making a free-to-play setup or even just doing low-star stuff for a unit I like or whatever, I almost never even factor that into my plans. It's actually a real mistake on my part.
よはいよし
Because yeah, most berserkers are scaled around the fact that they're doing that damage to you, and if they don't do that damage to mash, they're kind of sad, like how weak they are. Oh yeah, you know somebody is going to do every Fate Stay Night character. The question is, which assassin do they pick? Because there's a correct answer here. I actually love that because that's the only decision they'll have to make, and you know they'll have to make that decision. Right, because otherwise they can just follow the fates. Oh, they have to do Archer too, actually. I guess they'd probably do Emiya because he is the Archer, right? Where Gilgamesh is from the prior war, right? But yeah, there is a slight decision with Gilgamesh and Archer, but the real decision is Kojiro versus Curse Arm, and there is a correct answer here. Oh, he has armor ignore. Well, that's a big reason to do your buff removal, is get rid of that shit. He has damage cut though, so there's that. I probably should have brought Atlas.
領域倉庫展開しますお任せくださいマスター的確ですねよーし神明国名これは多くの世界多くの夢をつなぐ我らが力証明せよ
I think to this day, Kojiro is the most badass character in Fate. And there, you know, there's plenty of, you know, badass characters, but like my man, he's not even a heroic spirit. He doesn't have magic or a noble phantasm. He's not summoned correctly. He doesn't even get his class skills, for God's sakes. Right? And he's out here whooping ass, dude. He is the... Like, ain't nobody else doing a fucking, you know, super attack with their skill alone. The closest is Billy. Billy's like super... Like, I'm sure it's intentional. He is so, like, similar to Kojiro. It's kind of wild. What to do here?
タイミングシールガード何かけて
The sad thing is you only have to live 12 turns, so you don't really need to do anything fancy.
よ的確ですねシールドスタートシールドバニッシュ嵐
Is he your favorite weeb aesthetic servant? Probably not. Like, Kojiro is so cool that I would like him really no matter what his aesthetic was. Like, you know, he's just that great. But for like Fate, I think the best weeb is Shimbata. He is... Oh, you motherfucker doing buff block. That little shit. I can remove it, but I can't remove it and get my second skill.
バット
What an asshole, dude. I guess I do the art card. I don't even...
シールドスタート
Damn it, that didn't even kill. This is so bad. Oh my god, the value loss. Send help.
霊気形態を方針形態に換装生命距離弾装填
But yeah, Shimbata is so badass, dude. Oh, I tell you what. Fuck, what was his name? The guy that was loyal to that one antagonist that, like the Gura gang portrayed both in Fate and in the actual stories. Like his bodyguard that was like loyal to him to the end. That guy is awesome. Like, holy fuck, that guy's awesome. I actually think those two characters are so, like, cool. Because, like, they have such legitimate reasons to be like, fuck you. And I really like the side guy being, like, just, like, loyal to the end. That guy's awesome. And he's also green, so... A lot of positives here.
領域倉庫展開し
Alright, let me get that heal boost going on. Might as well do this.
よーし的確ですねはい
Yeah, a lot of the NPCs in Gura Gura are so good, and then we just can't have them.
強く重く恐れずに
I like how they finally added one, and they added, like, the lamest one. They added just, like, the pretty boy guy. I could not have cared less about that. There was so many NPCs I wanted, and then they add that guy. I was just like, fucking Christ, dude. I like him. Well, I'm happy for you, then. That Pearson vulnerability could definitely be a problem. Do I have crit up? I do not. Shit. Atlas really would be good here because the attack up is just not great.
お任せくださいマスター
There's no way I'm gonna do 37k with no buffs.
見ていてください所長よーし的確ですねおごりであっても高らか
I like that Kojiro doesn't have anything like Mystic Eyes or any of that. He's just a guy. And he got a lot of skill and tried really hard, right? That's like what makes him awesome. Oof. Okay, so Guts would really be good here. This seems super RNG because, like, if he casts some of this stuff, you die. Yeah, I think the only way you can really solo this is like you just like get a gut CE and focus on defense like completely and like buff removal. She can definitely do it, but it's super RNG because if he has Pearson vulnerability at a bad time or the armor ignore at a bad time, you're just gonna instantly die. Because he could have like armor ignore and then Buster crit you twice, and it's like, okay. I mean, I guess that Evgo is unfortunately kind of just like that all of the time, but the way his buffs are, I think it's a bit more random than it should be. That is beatable. Oh yeah, male defense CE would be good too. I don't know if that's the one I would go with. I mean, I'm sure if it works, it can work, but I don't know if I'd go with that just because he has the random defense ignore. Because then your CE does nothing. Although, for any turn that he doesn't have defense ignore, that's really good because he's not counterclassing, and then you probably at least have a defense buff from your NP or something, and then that CE, then you're basically not taking any damage. So I'm sure that can work, but I have a feeling Guts would work too. There's probably a few options. But yeah, the Pearson vulnerability and armor ignore are kind of annoying. The armor ignore is probably the bigger problem though, because the Pierce you could just tank through with enough defense up, and also she has her anti-Pearson vulnerability second skill and all that. But yeah, that's she can definitely do that. Which is actually impressive though, because he's kind of designed to be difficult to fight that way because of the armor ignore and the Pearson vulnerability. But I don't care enough to like fuck around with like CEs and command codes and all that just to last 12 turns. Like I don't fucking care. If MASH was like the Green Knight, then I would care, but definitely not. Maybe someday. Alright, let's play some Arc Knights. It's been a while. I don't really want to do the EX stages, though, to be honest. I just don't like the event. I wish I did. But I just have... The gimmick is so unfun. I'm just so not into it. I don't really know what I want to do. I should do it, though, because you get free stuff. But it's just... Holy fuck, it's not fun. I wish I liked this event, though, because I like plenty of events, and, like, I like Crown Slayer, and Lapland's cool, so it'd be nice if the event was good. And, like, Lapland, the unit, the boss unit, right, the enemy Lapland, on its own is a pretty interesting boss, but all the surrounding stuff, I'm just like, whatever. Not very enjoyable. An auto battle event? What the hell is that? Auto chess. I never played any of that stuff. Like, I know that's like in a lot of games. I've never played it a single time, so I don't really understand it. I kind of get sick of Arc Knights doing... I actually think this is a huge misstep. They're trying to find the next IS, but I think they're really misunderstanding something. I actually really wish they could get this feedback, because I legitimately think they're making a mistake. Like, they're overlooking something. The reason why IS is so good is because, although it's a unique game mode and all that stuff, it's using the fundamental gameplay. Because the thing is, Arc Knight's fundamental gameplay is actually very good. All the other game modes are ass because they just try to make up way too much weird shit to, like, fundamentally change the game. I don't think anybody wants to do that. I don't want to learn a game within a game. I'd rather just go play a different game at that point, right? I like the roguelike because it's fresh, unique, and different, and all that, and very replayable, but the fundamentals of Arc Knights are still there. I don't enjoy when they put out all these random-ass events and side modes that just have nothing to do with anything, and it's a bunch of weird bullshit. I'm like, I just don't care to learn that. Like, I'd rather just go play something else. Like, that's not... I don't play Arc Knights for that. I play Arc Knights for Arc Knights, right? No one's, like, mad at the core gameplay, right? No one wants a different combat system. And, like, they're always making these weird UIs that, like, you know, are just super... Like, what the fuck is any of this? I don't even care. I don't care what the rewards are. I don't care what the gameplay is. Like, I never like any of the side stuff they ever do. It's so tedious. It takes so long to understand. And, like, I could just go do something else that's fun right now. Like, learning a brand new video game I've never played before is generally significantly easier than trying to master whatever stupid shit Arc Knights comes out with on the side. Because it's so mixed in with, like, the normal stuff that it's so, like, convoluted and confusing, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care. And it's not fun. Like, overwhelmingly, they're not fun. They're normally really boring once you figure them out. These are both really good. Like, the refresh stuff is kind of how you make shit happen. But more hope. We should probably start with Tin Man, because that is smart. Yeah, co-op was really good. I would love, like, more effort put into co-op. Like, because this game is actually could be incredibly fun in co-op. If you had stages that were really... I know why they're not doing it, though. And it's the same reason... So when I was young, this may not be the case for some of you guys, but when I was young, co-op and multiplayer games were very common. They were actually just, like, so common. This is so sad, but this is just the damn truth. Like, when I was young, it was pretty normal for kids to have friends, right? That they saw in real life on the regular. So it made a lot of sense for the video games to be, you know, very multiplayer. right? I mean, there's just so many games of my generation where just they all had multiplayer, all of them. I mean, even if it wasn't the main focus, they still had it. People are way more isolated now. Everything about our society now and our technology now, it's like, you know, you can DoorDash and never see the guy that delivers it to you, right? You don't have to leave your house anymore, right? Other than going to work. That's it. And people's social skills are way worse, and people don't have nearly as like close of friendships and stuff like that. Because I've already seen this. I've seen people say they don't want Arknights to focus on a co-op mode because they won't be able to enjoy it because they don't have any friends to play it with. That is so common. And so many people have said that about Night Rain, right? They're not really excited about Elden Ring Night Rain because it's so multiplayer focused. And they're like, I don't have any friends to play it with, right? And on the one hand, I have empathy for them and I feel bad that that's the case. But on the other hand, it's like, I like my multiplayer games, thank you. But yeah, it's really fucked up. I will say, it is annoying that it is solo or a group of 3. Now you are still allowed to play with your friend. You are, but it won't fill with a bot. You will either have just you 2 and it's scaled for 3, or you're gonna have a 3rd player. And there's nothing you can do about it. Personally, if it was me, I would just, if I was gonna duo, I'd probably do both. I think sometimes it's fun to have a 3rd player that's like a loose cannon. And it's kind of fun to see what happens. But sometimes I think I would just play with my friend and not have a 3rd player at all and just suck up the fact that it's not scaled for that. Because the network test was a bit too easy anyway. So 2 players actually... Because I did some 2-player in the network test, and it felt pretty good. And that was with randoms that you can't communicate with. If you're on voice with somebody and you can communicate, your effectiveness goes up a lot. So I don't think duoing is going to be too big of a problem. I don't think it's that bad. I kind of lean towards the plans, so I can really, like do the refreshing and try to do the 3 plans, take all the items and that kind of stuff. That seems really busted. It just sucks not getting the bonus hope. But let's try it. I don't normally do that, so... Oh, let me separate the VOD real quick.